Your champions, definitely worthy of the journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. We're here with the second half, and it is going to be between GodLike Esports and Global Esports. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster today, and joining me on the panel is Aggressive, caster and analyst. Now, Aggressive, how are you feeling, and what do you think about the matchup? It's God L and Global Esports. I do believe the last time we've seen both these teams face each other was in the first invitational in the finals. So it ended off with Global Esports taking first place and GodLike Esports taking second. How do you think it's going to be this time?
Just two words, Oppo, revenge story. And we can talk a little bit more about the matchup as we go into the map veto screen. And the primary thing that I want to highlight coming out from the side of GodLike this time around is that they have a new face, which is Hyvan taking over the IGL role. And I'm really looking to see how this newest edition is going to be facing up against the Thorn that took them out in the first Invitational. And it's now their turn to show GE of what exactly they can do on DM's best map, the map of Haven.
Oh, Haven is where the magic happens. Now, you see, the competitive Valorant scene, it has been around for at least more than half a year. And when you look at global esports, Haven used to be a really popular map for them. And SK Rossi, I do remember he is pretty comfortable in Haven. He does have this thing where he switches up his position. Sometimes you see him um, on C side looking down C long, or sometimes he's looking down A long. So SK Rossi, the dedicated jet player of global esports, he is very much comfortable on that map for sure. And if you're looking at the side of God L, there's DM King. I mean, everyone knows about the time where he had 49 kills on Haven itself. He is just an absolute madman. So this first map is going to be really interesting. Another thing that you did point out that I want to talk about a little, and I think is so key to this new God L, is the fact that Havan has now stepped in and he is the IGL. And there we can see Havan. This is all of God, like DM King still dishing out facts, anything that he needs to say. He's going to let everyone know that. But so far, Havan stepping as the IGL, God L looks in good shape. Now, as for global esports, their IGL is going to be Hell Ranger. You see SK Rossi's skills and lightning fast. Hopefully, we get a little bit of Kappa. But it seems that the match is ready. We can head straight into the action here. Aggressive.
And now, with the matchup starting to start, we can talk a little bit more about the compositions. And the compositions coming out from both sides is exactly the same. And it is a very traditional composition coming out from both sides as well. But now they're starting to think this is God L. They're looking to push themselves down from the side of mid. And this mid side push could be detrimental for their side if they're not careful. But it's going to be Deathmaker being able to get the first initial kill. Highbot answering back on SK Rossi as well, taking him out instantly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the first two picks in their favor, they want to retreat. But it's going to be Skills being able to come on in, down on the Scar God, and take him out instantly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a 1-for-2 trade. But still, the entirety of global esports, they can take C control, and they have the spike planted as well. The aggressive push is going to be coming down from the side of Hellranger, but it's going to be Deathmaker, being able to get that kill down to him. But the shock dart's going to be present from the side of Kappa to take us down once again to a 2 versus 3 situation. And now Kappa, he's going to be stationed down from the side of Long, and it's going to be Scale stationed down on the side of Garage, and the retake is about to start from the side of GodLike.
The spike is taking time against the defenders. This is Skills coming in from Garage through the link. Whitehorse securing half of the fuse. Skills showing himself 70 HP. Bullets are flying through that dark cover. Kappa's gonna find one. Skills finds another. And it's down to the 1v1. Whitehorse, he has a lot of health to work with. But here comes Skills. And he clutches the round for global esports. What a brilliant start for the side of attack. That big smile on SK Rossi's face. Man, Skills there, and Kappa, 2v3 situation. We can see it here on the instant replay. Very well played by Skills here, I must say. Kappa coming in. Shivy getting caught off guard. Whitehorse was a little bit too much for him to handle. But hey, it's the first round. It's a great start. But it's still just the beginning. So let's head on right in. We see the investments in those Spectres and a little stinger for Lightning Fast. And let's see if Global Esports will be able to carry over their lead into the second round as GodLike are going for an eco.
It seems as though coming down from the side of mid, this is going to be the thing that they need, but it's going to be Shimmy biting the bullets of SK Rossi, being so aggressive out of his own accord. He just pushes on in straight on through. Rossi saying a good amount of damage, but no one's going to be able to contest him just yet, as he does get a double kill for himself. It's going to be Deathmaker down with that ghost in hand to try and see if he can get a kill, but no one's going to be pushing down onto him just yet. Playing it slow, but playing it steady. And not really giving any sort of information away. But the entirety of global esports, they want to take this aggressive mid control. They're biding their time. They want to see if any of the side of the defenders, they want to go in for an aggressive push, and they're going to be able to find it. One down onto Hyvan and one from the side of Rossi on the Deathmaker, leaving Whitehorse on his lonesome to try and fend for himself. But Oppo now down in this 1 versus 5, make it a 0 versus 5. It's going to be Hellranger to clean it all up, and that's going to be a flawless round for the side of the attackers. But still, I will say it was a successful eco, because from the side of GE, they didn't opt to go in for a spike plant.
All right, Global Esports. 2 on the score line, and God L, with that previous eco round, they will be able to make those investments. A couple of phantoms and a bunch of vandals for everybody across the board. Deathmaker not able to pick up the op just yet. And SK Rossi, I'm pretty sure he might be saving up for that, but hey, you know, he's starting out on the side of attack. We might see SK Rossi here with a little bit more usage of the rifles. So carrying the Spectres over, overall, we can see that GodLike Esports, they do have a little bit much better firepower here, considering the gun choices that they have. Now this is Deathmaker just keeping watch of the B side. Whitehorse up here in A tower, looking down, and here comes the attack as Global Esports, they set foot onto the A side. They want to go for the plant. Kappa, he has it on him, lightning fast, right on site, just placing out that spy cam just to get a bit of information for his team. Now Whitehorse up in A tower, the dark cover thrown out by Skills. SK Rossi with a very sneaky kill there onto Deathmaker. It's a 1-for-1 trade. It's a 4v4 situation, and the spike has been planted. The retake is coming in. Stargod with the curveball might have mistaken Shivy for someone. Another 1-for-1 trade. Rossi's popping off, finds a triple kill, and Hayvon takes him out. 2v2 Stargod, he's gonna be taken down. Global Esports, 2 members left alive, and they're gonna take the 3rd round win and retrieve 2 guns from the side of God L. It doesn't look too bright for the side of defense.
When it comes to the defensive side, GodL, they had so many chances to opt to go in for that retake, but that first initial kill coming out onto the side of DM, even though he got that kill down onto Hellranger, it basically meant that the side entry, the smoke potential that they had was not really in their favor whatsoever. And yes, in a lot of these situations that we did saw, it was Stargod being able to throw out the hot hands to block off that short push, but Hayvon was not checking down on his left side. There was no information going down onto him on that angle. And it just was a big detriment for their side. And now the side of the defenders, they're on the back foot, but Hayvon, so good and so crispy when it comes to his own headshots. He's going to be the one to take down Rossi as he tries to go in for an aggressive push. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the first man advantage for their side. But Stargod, he's being sneaky. He's pushing himself up slowly but surely. And he's going to throw out the gun barrel first. And he goes in for the spray. And he gets the kill down on the Kappa as well. Takes him out. As now, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be 3 versus 5 on the map for the side of the defenders, with a running back being called for the side of Hellranger, but his running back clone, it gets destroyed in a matter of seconds.
1 member left alive. That's gonna be Hellranger finding a double, dropping hard hands just to heal up a tad bit. Whitehorse and Hayvon, they've got to hold their ground because Hellranger's not one to give up. He does have a curveball to work with, and the firewall still very much available. 40 seconds left on the clock. Hellranger, he could dance around, play with that, make a smart move. He is going to go for it, and Hellranger picks up a beautiful headshot onto Whitehorse. It's down to the 1v1, and it does look like Hayvon is not too healthy. He does spot out a gun. He's going to pick up that Vandal, and Hayvon clutches the round for his team. Thrifty. This is something that GodLike needs, and look at Hayvon. He's feeling himself. What a round, but that is going to be GodLike Esports picking up their first point here in map 1.
Oppo, that was a little bit too close for comfort for me. That round nearly went in favor of the side of the attackers, which shouldn't have happened because we already saw that the first 3 picks coming out immediately basically meant that, hey, I thought that this was going to be an easy trip round. They're going to be able to pick up their guns. They're going to be able to stabilize their economy even further. But now this time around, they lost 4 members, and these 4 members getting lost is going to be detrimental. Deathmaker, he doesn't hit the shot just yet. He's still waiting for it. He doesn't opt to hit the arm of Whitehorse in that situation. Misses out. Sorry, not Whitehorse. Doesn't hit the arm of Lightning Fast in that situation. And he does miss out on the shot down on the Hellranger as well. But a lot of information has been gathered. He knows for a fact that 2 members are going to be down near this A-long sideline. But now, it is going to be G, knowing that the operator is going to be posted down onto the side of A. They're making a mad dash down over to the other sideline. A lot of info is being given away down onto the C-long side. But at the same time, Rossi, he does have the operator. He's looking to see if he can get a kill or 2. But Chibi, he's not opting to go in for the jiggle. Does go in for a warning shot to see if he can bait out that operator shot. Make Rossi think that he's actually gonna go in for a swing, but he's just chilling down on the back end. not really holding down just yet. But the garage push is going to be coming down through from the side of Hellranger, but Hyvon, so clean, so crispy. He's going to be able to survive. He does get a double kill for himself. And another one down with the lightning fast. Chimney coming in for the back end with his own kill down on the Rossi with that operator. It's going to be Scargot from the side of garage to take down Kappa. As ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a second round on the board for the side of GodLike. And finally, their economy has stabilized. And now, when it comes to the economy for the side of Global, they're gonna be in a crunch time, that is for sure.
GodLike Esports, they want to claw their way back up, bring it to an equalized score by Hayvan here, finding 2 kills, trying to escape, going for the teleport. I do believe he threw out the dark cover, so it kind of gave them the, it kind of gave Global Esports the information, trying for the teleport. Kappa does catch him, but hey, it still ends in the favor of the side of defense. So, you know, when we look at both the compositions of these teams, they have a similar idea. It just depends on how they are going to take their approach. And Haven, being the map that it is, you can set the pace if you are very smart on the side of attack. We have seen teams definitely utilize their time to definitely make the game go in favor to how they like it. Now Hayvan coming in with the backstab. He's gonna fight 2, 3. Stargod takes out the 4th, and the last man standing, Hellranger Deathmaker's gonna end it all with that operator. What a lockdown right there in A short, and you can see that GodLike Esports, you know, watching them in the first match, you could tell that, hey, you know, Hayvan is one of the latest additions. There was a little bit of an issue with the synergy and whatnot, but, you know, so now that it is even on the score line, 3-3, it could be anybody's game. I do believe it was an eco the round before, but Deathmaker, he is healthy. Economy is great for GodL. Now it's up to Global Esports to make their investments worthwhile, but Deathmaker's just gonna take off Hellranger like that. 1 down on the side of attack. What is Global Esports going to do? They do have 2 ultimates to work with, but hey, they've got to pull out quite a few tricks because GodL's not going to be an easy one to pass.
It's going to be really difficult as well, also because you have to remember, without Hellranger, they do not have the flash that they would usually have. But now Whitehorse, he's holding down from the side of C-Long. He just brought out Rossi in this situation, but Rossi's going to be way too quick for him. He's going to be able to take down Whitehorse, and now holding down from the back end. Rossi's going to be able to take out the runner back home coming down from the side of CT. And with this damage already being done, Lightning Fast, he needs to be careful. He's going to be able to dodge out the flash for just a little while. But still, he's going to be the one to take the plan. And this guy, Lightning Fast, going in for the spray. He gets a kill down on the Scargot, but Hyvon's going to be able to clean him out, taking us down to a 3 vs 3 situation. Stranza taking a 2 vs 2 situation. The bodies are just dropping down every single time. Hyvon tries to go in for the ultimate, but Kappa's going to be 1 step ahead of him. And now DM King, sorry, Deathmaker, trying to get used to calling him Deathmaker again. He's gonna be the last one to survive to try and clutch this one out, going in for the Jiggle Peak. He's gonna be Kappa, but he doesn't know from the left-hand side. It is gonna be Skills. He actually pulls out the goats and he nearly takes his head clean off. Skills being able to survive just because of the armor advantage he had. But imagine a situation, Oppo, where he got chipped just a little bit. Things could have just gone very differently on the other side.
Indeed, Global Esports coming back with a vengeance. And it seems like even despite losing Hellranger so early into the round, there was a very quick attack on C. You know, we saw the dark covers come out, we saw the cloud bursts, Rossi making the first kill as he does make himself known on site. That was a huge help. And I like the way that the last 2 members split up. That's Global Esports for you, keeping it calm, keeping it cute. 1 round ahead of GodLike Esports. Still could be anybody's game. And right now we have Hayvan here, just on B-side duty. This time Global Esports, a little bit more of a slower approach.
Playing it systematically this time around is going to be the entirety of GE, but with the run it back being popped, they're going to be forcing their way down onto this B side. But Hyvon, he knows what's up. He'll dodge out the flash preemptively, go in for the swing, and he's going to be able to take out the run it back clone. But this was just a distraction. This is what GE wanted. But Deathmaker, he's going to be 1 step ahead of everyone. He's going to be able to get that kill down on the Lightning Fast, take him out, and it's going to be sorry, not lightning fast. It was Kappa in that situation. I also thought it was lightning fast, but that did not happen. But Shivy, he's holding down one of his own with the Hunter's Fury, being able to get one tag behind the flank for just a little while. Just take the timer down just a little bit, pester them around. But it's gonna be Rossi going in for an aggressive white swing. He tries to go in for his own jiggle play, but Rossi, he's having none of it. He gets a triple kill for himself with that operator. So clean and so crispy. Scargod, he wants to make a peek. He has no utility in his favor to try and go for it. It's gonna be Vitor's being the last remaining member. He needs to go in for a try, or he needs to go in for a save, and I think he's gonna go for the exit frags instead. He does get that one kill, but Rossi gets his 4K. As ladies and gentlemen, this attacking sided operator coming up from the side of Rossi is just too clean and too good.
SK Rossi strikes again. It's definitely a battle between SK Rossi and Deathmaker, but a 4K on that off, taking down 3 in the corner right there of defender side spawn. Beautifully done. SK Rossi just taking out Deathmaker. He's gonna fight. What was Havan doing? That was a little bit odd to me there. And, you know, SK Rossi finding the third. But hey, you know, it happens. Pressure of the game. 2 rounds in the lead. That's GodLike Esports. White Horse just gonna back away. Eco round for the side of God L. A little bit of half buys. It looks like Scargod and Shivy, they have invested. So it's a little confusing here, at least on the side of defense. SK Rossi holding it down, waiting for the right opportunity on garage doors. Dark cover does come out. Might have to change up his angle just a little bit there. And Deathmaker gonna whip out the Blade Storm. I think something crazy is about to happen between both these teams as Lightning Fast is looking to advance forward through A short.
Oh no, Deathmaker, he needs to try and get a kill, but he's not going to be able to. The right click is not going to be rating on Supreme, and he needs to back on off immediately. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Deathmaker, he does not have a gun. He only has a classic to try and fend for himself in this situation. He's going to be going in for an aggressive play straight through the smoke, but Kappa, he knows what's up. He knows what he's going to do, but Hyvan's going to be there with that judge. It had to be the judge, to be the jury, and ladies and gentlemen, the bodies are just going to be dropping on down. It's going to be Scargod getting one kill from the back end, but Shibby, he gets a double of his own accord, and now it's going to be a 1-versus-1 situation. Sova versus Sova. Who's going to be able to clean this one up? Not going to be able to get the first initial lineup, but Chibi, he just gets... He is going to be at only 30 HP with Kappa taking a little bit of chip damage of his own, but Kappa, he's going to be playing it smart. He's holding down for the heaven push to come down from the side of staircase, and Chibi, he's going to be playing right into his hands if he's not careful about any of this. But Chibi, he's going to be the smart one, goes in for the drop down onto the side of the boxes, but Kappa, he's going to be able to hear it. He's slowly creeping his way forward to see if he can get this kill, making his way down. The halfway defuse could be coming through it, but Chibi, he needs to be careful because Kappa's going in for the swing, and he's going to be able to fight it. And Kappa, so clean, so crispy with his game sense. He's going to be opting to take it all away, and that is going to be the operator being taken away from the side of the defenders as well. And this basically means that Rossi, he's going to be on a rampage once again.
Very nicely done by Kappa indeed. Touching that one out was just Sova to Sova. Shivy not having enough health to work with. But I do think that GodL did pretty decently, at least for that round, you know, with the less superior buys. Now that they do have the money to make that investment, hopefully this goes a little bit more in their favor. Deathmaker picking up another operator, only has light armor to work with. Havan is on fire, so is SK Rossi. We're almost going to reach the end of the first half with a few more rounds left. And if GodLike Esports aims to make it even in the first half, the time is now to make a difference. So this is going to be Shivy pushing up very aggressively together with his trusty buddy Scargod. Just going to pull it back now. Scanning the area. 30 seconds have gone by, and both teams are trying to play this smart, slow, and calculated.
Although these teams are in an absolute standstill, but it seems as though once again the entirety of GE, they want to push themselves down onto this A side, but it's going to be White Horse and Deathmaker holding down from the back end of it all. The flash could be coming on down. White Horse, he spots on the shoulder, but Hellranger, he was just too quick, and Rossi, he's just even quicker with that operator. He's suddenly gonna take down Deathmaker. Skills chimes in from the sidelines, gets a kill down on the Scar God, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be a fast beeline rotation down onto the other sideline, onto B, as B-side control has already been established. But Shivy, he's in a beautiful position of his own to try and get a couple of kills, try and even out the playing pool, but he only has 4 bullets. He needs to make it count, otherwise this could be all but over for him. The shot dart's so clean and so beautiful. He does get a good amount of damage. The recon ball's gonna be able to spawn out 2, and now, ladies and gentlemen, is where the retake situation is about to get spicy. It's gonna be 2 versus 4, make it a 2 versus 2 of that because of Ivan chiming in with his own kills. But now Ivan, he's gonna be left on his lonesome, but he gets a headshot down onto Rossi, who tries to go in for a frenzy play. But Kappa, he's playing it smart. He went down from the side of the event to do a wraparound rotation down onto the other side. Ivan, he's none the wiser. He's not checking his angles down properly. He could be able to get one of the picks, but he's not clearing it all out. He thinks he's inside of the smoke, but Kappa, he has the massive brain. He has the game sense. Once again, Kappa, the clutch god, it seems, for the side of GE. He comes out massive, and he's going to be able to take this round away for their side, taking us to a 3-7 scoreline, and only 2 more rounds to go to end the first half.
Seems like Kappa's having a really good day. You know, sometimes we just look at the frags, the amount of frags that a player has managed to take, but you know, it sometimes comes down to these scenarios where it's just a 1v1 and a clutch is going to matter and make the whole world. So you know, if Kappa didn't get that, God L could easily have just gotten 4 rounds. But hey, you gotta give props to Kappa, especially like you mentioned, doing it 2 times in a row. This time SK Rossi finds his first kill onto Deathmaker there with the operator. Hellranger coming in hard with the attack. Lightning Clap's gonna take down Hayfun. He's gotta reload, and Skargard finds him. Skills is gonna get a return kill. 3 defenders left, 4 attackers. SK Rossi, nasty shot onto Shivy, and the last man standing is White Horse. Remember, it was an eco round for GodLike. It seems as though they want to go into the last round before the swap with a full investment. So White Horse here with a stinger and scream. He's gonna find SK Rossi, and Skills is quick to watch the back of his teammate. 8 points for Global Esports. This is insane to have a 5-round lead over God L. You have to say that it is pretty much a very dominating game for GE.
That is for sure, Oppo. But at the same time, you have to give it to the side of GodLike to be able to get a lot of these rounds off on their side. And I'm really hoping to see that they're going to be able to take us to the magic number of 8-4, a very respectable scoreline before they move on to their own attacking half. And I'm looking to see that their attacking half would be a little more potent, but it's going to be Shivy with the Hunter's Fury, so complete. He's going to be able to get 1 kill of his own. Deathmaker, he's going to be chiming in on his own accord. He does get a kill down on the Hellranger, taking us down to a 3 versus 5 situation on the map, and none of the members of the side of the defenders have even taken any bit of chip damage, but a lot of information has been given away. But Rossi, he's gonna be the one with the operator in hand. He's gonna be able to deny that push up. And Rossi, he needs to be careful. The shotguards are running down onto him from the back end of it all. But Rossi, he's still gonna be able to get the kill down on the Shivy. What is this man on? Whenever he pulls out his operator, whenever he pulls down his knife, it's just too clean. But Deathmaker, he's gonna be the one to take the head of Kappa clean off. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be 2 versus 4 on the map. And Rossi, he's not the wiser. He's not checking his corners. And it's gonna be White Horse being able to find one. White Horse trying to find a second, and he's gonna be able to find it with a well-placed dig through the wall, and then with a body shot to boot. That's gonna be another round on the board for the side of the defenders, taking us to a 4-8 scoreline as they're switching over to their attacking side.
What a great first half. 8 rounds for Global Esports, 4 for GodLike. And hey, if you're having a tough time on one of the halves, magic number 4 is something that we always talk about. GE very much game faces on. Now they will be starting out on the side of defense, while God L will be on the side of attack. Now Haven, we look at this map, it has 3 sites. It's a very unique map. It is huge. It is great for rotations. It is the perfect place to set the pace, and Global Esports did that beautifully on the side of attack. Now it is up to God L to do just a good job if they do want to stay the running to secure map number 1 for themselves. And let's see what Global Esports is made up of when they've got to hold it down this time.
Now it seems as though the entirety of GodLike, they want to take aggressive control down here from the side garage window. The shock darts are going to be raining on him, but still he does not even get chip damage, so no noise is being found. But immediately we see a fast push coming down from the side of B, and it's going to be trades coming out from both sides. It's going to be Deathmaker being able to take out skills, and the defenders now losing the smoke. It's going to be quite a detrimental factor, but they're going to be pushing down from the side of B into the side of the C side. So beautiful coming out from the side of GodLike. They're going to be able to establish heavy control down onto both sides, and they know for a fact that they funneled everyone down onto the side of CT and onto the side of B. No one's going to be coming down from the side of C-Long just yet. All the members' locations have been revealed, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 2 versus 4 on the map. Ibon needs to get 1 kill, and he's going to be able to find it before he gets traded out. Now taking us down to a 3 versus 3 situation. They know exactly where everyone's going to be at, but a beautiful flash coming out from the side of Hellrage is going to be able to find one run. Rossi, he does find his third. He's looking for some more, and it's going to be Deathmaker going down in this 1 versus 2 situation. He does get swatted out by the recon bolt. No one's going to be holding it down just yet, but Deathmaker, he's going to be able to find one more kill of his own onto his own twin sister. But Kappa, he had the health to work with, and he's going to be able to take down Deathmaker and get that clutch as well. Kappa getting so many clutches this time around, Oppo. It's just absolutely insane.
Hey, I mean, Kappa is second on the board, the second fragger, but I think that Kappa is definitely up there to be considered one of the MVPs for map number 1 for sure. Kappa, the amount of clutches, the fact that, you know, he's able to stay so safe. You know, playing Sova, you're kind of in the back. You throw out your bolts, you use your drone, you get that information for the team. So usually you're like the last one to the party. So, you know, there's kind of a little bit of a weight there on Kappa's shoulders, but to be able to clutch that one out with a tick of health, very nicely done. And that is going to bring Global Esports to a total of 9 points. So feeling very confident, 5-round lead, GE, they feel good. And GodL, you know, it's ideal to take as many maps as you can. And if it's the first one that you can secure, why not? So, you know, GodLike Esports, we know that they have the fighting spirit. They're still going to gun for the comeback. Now, moving into the second round here of the second half, it is going to be an eco for GodL, and for GE, we do see a little bit of an investment. SK Rossi taking over that Frenzy classic for skills, perhaps, but 3 Spectres definitely in the hands of the remaining members. And as for GodL, I think they're going to stick to those classics, you know, keep that economy up. They're going to need it if they want to look for that comeback.
I do believe that Rossi, he's opting to go in for the Frenzy this time around because he knows for a fact that he can take one of the ultimate orbs down from the side of C-Long, or go in for a double ultimate orb take on the side of C-Long and also on the side of A, and then use his knives to further mobilize their economy even more so that they can take even more of an economic advantage. But now, I'm really wondering one thing, Oppo, that GodLike losing out on that pistol round basically means that, hey, they need to go in for a force buy, and if they go in for anything else other than a force buy, it is going to be quite a difficult matter for them to try and come back on this, because whenever you give a team that double-digit round, it puts a lot of pressure down onto your team, because then it's just only 3 more rounds left for 3 more rounds left for them to close out the map, and 2 more rounds for them to get that match point. And whenever you get that match point, it is going to be an absolute pain to try and come back from it, because your team is going to be under a lot of pressure. One mistake, one small call mistake can just immediately change the flow of an entire round. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see that GodLike, they understand this, and they try to take much more of a slower approach and much more of a map controlled approach, because you can see that coming out from the side of GE, they opted for a lot of map control, and I understand what GodLike did when it came to their pistol round, but when it came to the post-plan situations, they were not really playing properly. So I'm looking to see that, yes, GodLike, they can opt to go in for their usual strategies that they did in the last round, taking garage control, taking B control, and then funneling themselves down onto a C side. But playing the post plans a little bit faster and getting into positions a lot more quicker, because they gave a lot of time to GE to get into their own retake positions before they even got into their own post plans.
You know, when you look at both these teams, the fact that they have the same composition, you know, they have a similar idea on the approach here on Haven. Having that Phoenix, you know, you need that vision impairment just to get onto site better. There's a lot of great corners that you can work with. What is really interesting to me is that both these teams, you know, when you look at the duelists, right, you have the Jets, the Phoenix, both of them, they go very aggressive at one another. When you look at the raw aim of these players, you can see that they know what they're doing. They have the mechanics and everything. But what it comes down to in a situation like this, especially in this invitational, is going to be your strategy and how you synergize with your team. And looking at global esports, this roster, it has stuck together for quite a while now. And God L introducing Hayvan, who is the top fragger right now with 15 kills, and also the new IGL for God L. I think he's fitting in great, but we can see there's a few inconsistencies. Some rounds that God L lost, you can tell that GE was just way more synchronized, and Kappa with the clutches that can't go unnoticed. So, God L, at least on the side of attack, if they can pull themselves together, they will have a fighting chance. But hey, GE on defense, SK Rossi with that op, we have seen it. When he holds down those angles, you're not safe. He's going to find you and he will take your head off.
That is for sure. And Rossi is actually opting to go in for the save this time around because of that operator. And as soon as that operator comes online, Oppo, I'm really
Oh, yeah.
hoping to see that Scargod will take a lot more of the initiative to be the one to force Rossi off a lot of these angles. But at the same time, we have seen Rossi just pull off amazing feats. For example, he gets flashed, but somehow he gets 2 kills still, which absolutely astounds me coming out from a player such as Rossi's caliber. But anything can happen because these players, they're just absolutely cracked out of their minds.
All right, guys, it seems like we do have a few tech difficulties, but not to worry. When everything is back up and running, we will get straight into the action. So don't go anywhere. Remember, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. So stick around, grab a drink. We'll be back very shortly with the match between GodLike Esports and Global Esports.
double, and Kappa's gonna be there from the side of Shard to take down Hyvan. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be another round on the board for the side of the defenders. And oh my god, that was just so beautiful, Oppo. That Kappa throwing out that preemptive recon bolt meant that he's not revealing his position whatsoever, and they don't even know where the hell he's gonna be at.
Double digits for GE. And it was a quick round. We can see the strategy here from GodL was to go for that fast attack onto the A side, rely on that aim there, but Rossi and Kappa closing it down. Now this is where the real fight begins. If GodL wants a fighting chance to continue here in map 1, they need to take this round. Now with much more superior firepower, SK Rossi, he's got that op in hand, 22 kills this time. He is definitely popping off. Now with that op, he's going to hold down a long in a pretty aggressive position. Lightning fast here on seaside duty together with Hellranger. And do you remember times, you know, where Skills was usually on that Phoenix, Hellranger on that Omen? It's cool to see them switch it up, a 1-for-1 trade. In comes the Paranoia, lightning fast right in the corner. He's going to find the kill, another 1-for-1. It's a 3v3 situation. Ultimates very much available for both Jets. We can hear Flamestorm coming out, lightning fast, exposed as his cage goes down. Deathmaker's gonna find one, so does White Horse, connecting that headshot. GodL, they need this comeback. SK Rossi misses by a hair, but that is gonna be a spike plant secured. SK Rossi, do you think he's going to continue this? I mean, he just invested in that operator. He could go for the save. And I think that's exactly what SK Rossi plans on doing.
The save is the better option, especially when it comes to the third round operator, because if you do not save this operator and you give it away to your opponents, they just have a free operator on round number 3, and you yourself are not going to be able to buy that operator for a further 2 rounds. And this is very important that you opt to go in for the save and keeps this operator safe. This is the risk of running around to your operator, because if you lose this round, if you lose that operator, it basically gives the enemy such a massive advantage, and it puts your economy as a team in such a massive ditch that you're not going to be able to do much whatsoever. But now this time around, as all of the members from the side of GE, they had a lot of money to work with previously, they're going to be able to go with their full buys, with Rossi having his own operator, basically meaning that now they can snowball even harder and take the following rounds with the gun advantage in their side this time around.
Alright, that's gonna be the 5th point for GodLike Esports. GE, they're gonna come in with the full buys now, and it's gonna be a true test. Now Hyvar not doing too well there. He's gonna pick up that Spectre. SK Rossi with the op. SK Rossi, he goes for that shot, not gonna get it just yet. But Deathmaker, he was tagged. He was actually tagged. SK Rossi, 9 HP. That's all Deathmaker has to work with. And now switching up the position, going into Garage. SK Rossi looking for that kill, and that was beautifully done. SK Rossi, that aim is just nasty. Right onto Shivy, it's so quick. Now Skills, he's gonna take out Hayvan, his clone. 2 members down on the side of GodLike Esports. GE, they don't seem too happy about how that last round went. And it does look like it is leaning in favor of the defenders. GodLike Esports, they've got to set the pace. Lightning fast, gotta find a headshot on White Horse. Deathmaker, 9 HP. Together with Scar Guard. Let's see what they pull out the bag.
Now down in this 2 versus 5 situation, especially with Deathmaker not looking healthy at all, and that operator just trade on this spike. Rossi, he's holding it tight as well. You can see the confidence in this man in this type of situation, that he's just ready for it. But it's gonna be Kappa on the sidelines, being able to get that kill down on the Scar Guard. Deathmaker's gonna be the last one remaining, but Rossi, he just does not miss. Going for the beats, of course, and it's gonna be a flawless round coming out for the side of the defenders. It's gonna be GE taking us to 11 points and 1 more point away, Oppo, from match point. And this is where the entirety of GodLike, they need to start fighting, but when it comes to the terms of their economy, they are hurting massively.
Man, what a game. Global Esports. Hellranger's doing a really good job there as the IGL, and SK Rossi just taking off heads, doing what a duelist needs to carry out. Now moving into this next round. SK Rossi still with the ARC. Just gotta be sure. Check in that cheeky spot right up top. Death Baker. Gonna whip out that Blade Storm. And we do see buys forced out the side of GodLike. They've got to do it. It's kind of like a do or die situation. Now Scargard with the setup. He's going to raise that firewall. Comes in with the curveball just to clear out sight. That's going to be Hellrager using the running back to keep himself safe. Armor is gone. He drops the hot hands. I think it does tag SK Rossi a little, but never mind. Deathmaker's going to be dancing with his blades. Finds lightning fast. SK Rossi takes out Scargard. Now going for the reload as his team backs him up. The spike has been safely planted on the B side. Attackers moving into their post-plant positions as the defenders, they have the time against themselves. They're going for the retake. SK Rossi with the second kill. Beautifully done onto the White Horse 3v3 situation. SK Rossi switching up with the stinger, taking out Hayvon. Shivy here looking for that opportunity. That's because he's taken out, but he fights a 3k as well. Down to a 1v1 and Shivy ends it all. 2 kills back to back. Beautifully done by Shivy, saving GodLike Esports. But we do see that GodL is a little confused as to what just happened. Did that just take place? Quick look at that instant replay here. Aggressive, break it down for us.
That was just very confusing to say the very least, but you have to give it to Deathmaker. He only had 10 HP, and he is the MVP for me for this matchup, mainly because the way Deathmaker just played around the entire map. First of all, he just only not got a kill down on the lightning pads, but he pushed himself down into the garage angle, and holding down from the side of garage, he was able to get a kill down on the skills, knowing for the fact that GE, they would want to try and go in for a wraparound play from the back end, but GE, this time around, they're not even gonna let me explain what happened in that last round. Even though the entirety of GodLike were confused about it. Global, now they have a 2-man advantage in their favor, one from the side of Rossi, one from the side of Hellranger, and now it seems as though the entirety of GodLike, they're gonna be forcing themselves down on the C side, but they're not checking their backends that well, but Skills is not gonna be able to get that kill, and it's gonna be Hayvon instead being able to take it instead. And now the ultimate has been dropped from the side of the attackers to go in for an aggressive play down onto the side of B, but Kappa, he was ready for it, he heard the sound. And he's gonna be the one to take him out, and now taking us down to a 2 versus 4 situation. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be detrimental for their side because a lot of the utility is gonna be present. The Deathmaker, he's gonna be the first one to take the kill, goes in for the dodge. He's gonna be able to take down one, but Scargod's not gonna be that lucky. He could not dodge out the flash in time, and that's gonna be lightning fast to get the double kill for himself and take it all away. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be a 6-12 scoreline with the match point going in the favor of the side of Global. They're just on fire today, Oppo, and they have a vengeance on their side.
Match point.
Global Esports. What a performance here, reaching match point. Now GodLike, they're hanging on a thread. It is going to be difficult. I mean, 6 rounds consecutively. They've got to bring it into overtime. This goes one map. Number 1. I'm not going to say it's impossible. Anything is possible. But here on the instant replay, GE just closing down on the side of defense. And, you know, we were talking about how teamwork is very important, being able to communicate with your teammates. We can see that it's very present on the side of Global Esports. And as for GodLike, a little bit of a confusion. But let's see here. This is, it could be their last round or one of many to come. Scargard on site, checking all angles and exposes himself like that, but he does have the ultimate to keep himself safe. 2 ultimates ready on the side of attack as well. GodL, they got the Hunter Spirit and Euro Theft. They should use it to their advantage. And here comes Hellranger with the curveball as they spray him down. Scales comes in from the back. He's gonna take them down too, and GE cleans it up. Full on retake. Everyone just shows themselves. They take out the entirety of GodLike Esports, and map number 1 is gonna go over to Global Esports. What a performance. It was very dominant indeed. 6 rounds in the lead, and the 7th just to wrap everything up. SK Rossi, he must be feeling really proud of himself, and I think that another person that should feel really happy about his performance is Kappa as well, because I think it was 3 rounds that he has clutched 1v1 for his team. So very nicely done. Quick look at the instant replay. The close down from Global Esports was indeed quick. Skills finding a double, lightning fast as well, and Kappa chiming in with 1.
that was a very beautiful retake coming out from them. And the main reason why this retake was just so beautiful and just so clean is because of the first initial run it back. Yes, Hellranger didn't really get any sort of kills coming out from him, but he cleared out the entire site. He basically gave his team wall hacks at this point, being like, hey guys, two guys are stuck here from the side of Green Box, and two guys are coming down from the side of Garage. And the fast pincer push coming on down in, it was Skills just rushing in behind the run it back clone, and he basically gave the entirety of GodLike no chance, no way of trying to get into better positions for themselves. And the entirety of GE just flooded down into the sides. They knew exactly where the enemy was, and it was just a simple matter of pulling their mouse down on their heads and just pressing the left click button to take their heads clean off their shoulders. A very beautiful win coming out from the side of GE.
All right, let's move into the LG Ultra Gear match highlights and talk a little bit more about what went down in map number 1 of this best of 3 here. It was on Haven, and where every time we look at Haven, we think of it as an attack favored map. Even then, when God L had the side swap, we did see a little bit more of a struggle. So what I would like to expect GodLike Esports to do in map 2 is definitely just look a little bit more clean when executing their plans. Right here on Haven, we are looking here at the replays and whatnot. Global Esports was just a lot more coordinated. When someone was taken down, a return kill would happen very quick. So it's kind of like something happens and they react in just like a snap. So good on GE. A great win. 28 kills for SK Rossi. He was on fire. And following him is Skills with 14, Hellranger with 12. Kappa had 15, but he's lower on the board because of his combat score. But hey, that is just the way that Sovas are, considering that, they kind of take the back position. They're throwing out all the utility, and then the team comes in. What are your afterthoughts, Aggressive?
The main thing that I would say that should have came out from the side of GodLike is primarily a lot of their double peaks. Yes, in a lot of these situations, when they pushed up together, they played it really well, but it was a lot more coming down to the individual skill level in comparison to the team play that we would expect. And coming out from the side of GE, when it came to their double peaks, when it came to their triple peaks, it just seemed a lot more polished in comparison. Yes, a lot of the strategies coming out from the side of GodLike were admirable, but the executions were not as clean because their double peaks, as I stated before, and their team play was just not on point, not onto the same level as GE. And if you want to beat a team like GE, you need to make sure that your double swings, your triple swings are just that perfect so that your teammates can know that, hey, he's checking this corner, I have to check this corner. And from the side of GE, especially when it came to that retake situation on that 2 versus 2 that GE were able to clutch out, Hyvan could have just made sure that he was checking down the left-hand side angle of Scargott as he was going in for that Molotov. And from the side of GE, we know for a fact that they would have done that. And this kind of team synergy can come over with time. But hopefully, this time around, they're going to be able to bring that team synergy into map number 2, because now it's a do-or-die situation.
Moving into map number 2, it could be another chance for GodLike Esports, or it could be a wrap and Global Esports make it over into the next stage, staying in the upper bracket. So, this is going to be a great second map. We're going to prepare for it. I want you guys to stick around. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you get notifications whenever we are live. Now, remember, if you want to play like the pros you see here, remember with 144 Hz, 1 MS gaming monitors from LG Ultragear, you can get them. Links are in the description, and you can also upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Both links are in the description. So remember, subscribe, check out the links in the description. Remember to hydrate yourself, and we'll see you later with map number 2. We're going to take a short break, about 5 minutes, and we'll be back with GodLike Esports going up against Global Esports. Stay tuned.
definitely worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. We're back with map number 2, and this time on the panel, joining me is going to be CA, caster, and analyst. Now, CA, I'm pretty sure you have watched map number 1, and it is between GodLike Esports and Global Esports. Very explosive. Global Esports, they took the first map for themselves. How do you think this map number 2 is going to pan out between both these teams? Because as aggressive described, it is something like a revenge story. Both these teams met each other in the finals in the first invitational, and now they are seeing each other again here in the early stages of this invitational too.
I think it really does come down to where the improvements have happened for both of the teams. For GE, you can see that for this team, it's this specific 5-man roster of GE. They've been together for the past 3 to 4 months. And that factor, like the idea of being together for that long period of time, is really starting to show in them. It's not just anymore about improving individually or improving setups or stuff like that. It's about cleaning up the comms. And that idea of the just the efficiency in which they're telling each other something is really starting to give them an edge. Now, for Godlike with Hevan coming in, it's a similar idea. It's to try and have DM on that jet permanently with Hevan as that primary IGL to just sort of clean up the flow with the entire team. It has helped all of the players. We've seen Shivy do a lot better in this recent invitational. So for me, it's just a matter of time before Godlike gets to their true potential. But the question is today, can they do it? And after map 1, I'm not so sure. But hey, coming into Bind, everything might change.
All right, so for map number 1, it is over, and that was Haven Global Esports. They have one map under their belt. Now moving into map number 2, it is going to be Bind. If we are lucky enough to go into map 3, it's going to be Icebox, and we all know how you feel about Icebox, CA. So let's place a little bit of a focus here, and I think that I might be baited here just a little bit, but moving into Bind, let's look at GE. They've locked in the Killjoy, which Hellranger will be on that pick. Skills with the Omen, Kappa with the Sova. That is just signature to him. He's great on that. SK Rossi with the Rays, not the Jet. Lightning fast. Is he gonna take that Cypher? Let's just direct our eyes over to God L. White Horse on the Killjoy. Pretty, something we're used to seeing. Deathmaker with the Jet, beautiful. Scar God with the Brimstone, I like it. Hevan is going for the Sky, and Shivy with the Rays. Now, CA, we have a ton of things to talk about here because what are we looking at?
I mean, so yeah, exactly. There's so many things to talk about. Firstly, the double Sentinel lineup for GE, I really like it because paired up with that Raze on SK Rossi is just really going in hard on that first half. Like for them, I think this map becomes all about tempo now. They know that they're starting on the defending half, so pilling up the double Sentinel to just sort of push Godlike down a notch further. Like they know that the confidence for them is higher than that of Godlike after map 1. So this is just trying to run that base all the way home, get that map sorted right here, right now. But for Godlike, it's even cooler. Like that Brimstone coming out, I think if you're not running the Brimstone on Bind, it's almost a severe mistake nowadays because of how strong that pick can be. Especially, he was strong even before the buffs came through. But especially with the buffs now, Brimstone just too good. But to run that Brimstone, you have to sacrifice that paranoia from Omen. And that's why Hevan on the Sky is the perfect compensation. Now, looking at Shivy on the Race though, that's going to be a whole different ballgame. I don't think we've ever seen him play a duelist, so let's see how this pans out.
Whoa. Very exciting, but right off the bat, SK Rossi there coming in with that raise, getting a boom buddy kill. Now Kappa then is just backing his buddies up as they take the teleporter, but they're not gonna go for the B side plant. There is the teleport into the other teleporter as they make their way over to the A site. GodLike Esports here on the attack. They are very much ready to make something happen. Another 1-for-1 trade is down to this 3v3. Rossi, he's gonna find Ivan. It's a 3v2 now, not looking too bright for GodLike Esports. They have not got the spike planted. 3v2, SK Rossi looking for a kill. White Horse is gonna take him down. 2v2 situation, and now it's a 1v2 as Lightning Fast picks up a kill of his own. White Horse is the last man standing, and that recombo is gonna give away his position as he kicks it out. He retrieves the spike. Will he go for the plant? I would suggest taking the teleporter and go to the B site instead, but White Horse clearly has other plans. He might be taken from behind, but White Horse, he manages to sneak into Lamps. 20 seconds left to work with. White Horse, he's got to be quick, and I think he's going to go for the rotation. White Horse, he's not going to give up. He wants to make it happen for his team. 10 seconds left, and he should get the spike down in perfect time. Now comes Lightning Fast and Kappa. Kappa has been a madman. White Horse, he's going to take out Lightning Fast. 48 HP with the turrets working, but he is staying on his toes. Kappa picks up the kill with a beautiful headshot. Now, Kappa is on fire, ladies and gents. Kappa has been doing this all of map 1. I believe it was 3, if not 4 rounds where he has clutched it in a 1v1 situation. Kappa coming in this first round here on map 2, doing it once again. You've got to give props to the guy. GodLike Esports, they played it well. I like the creativity. I like the idea they had with the teleporters. But remember, you've got to change it up when it comes to bind because it's not all that easy to pull off strategy here.
Absolutely. That round was insane from both of the teams, but it displayed perfectly exactly what the idea is of this double central composition on defense, right? It becomes so difficult to find the rotation plays when one player on the side of GE on either side can just permanently sit in their side, like the Cypher utility in B, the Killjoy tunnel present in A. White Horse almost pulled it off though, so we know GodLike definitely capable of it. But now in the buy round for Global Esports, they have the better weaponry and they're pushing in aggressively to utilize it. Hellranger, he's picked up 1 kill already. Now having taken Shah's control, will pick up the ult point for himself. GodLike trying to balance the pressure on the other side, go for that B side, but they just get mowed down. It is the Omen with 1 kill and Lightning Fast with another. Kappa with a third to drop the spike carrier, and the round going quickly in the favor of Global Esports.
Last man standing, that is gonna be Deathmaker with a ghost. And he's looking for that kill, but Lightning Fast is gonna take him out. Flawless round for Global Esports, carrying over their lead very nicely, preventing the spike from even being planted. GE, good start. And you know, see, this has been a question for the longest time, right? We have seen many games, and when we look at Bind, initially, teams were doing a lot better on the side of defense, but we have seen an increase in teams definitely perform on the side of attack. So for those teams that are successful, what is it that GodLike would have to do just like them to make it work at least here in the first half? Now they do have the firepower, so they've got to try and take this and push it for themselves.
I think the biggest idea for GodLike now is to try and stabilize as much as possible. You want to prevent Global from having a booming economy, because then if you let SK Rossi get onto the operator, with that race it just becomes so much easier. Now a very nice push from GodLike here to maintain Shower's control. They've brought out the alarm bot, and this is the primary source of attack that GodLike want to have. You want to try and bait out the Killjoy utility because it's much easier to take down as compared to that Cypher Trapfire and camera, but you don't have to actually commit as much. With the alarm bot down, you try and force rotations from GE onto the A side, then go for the rotation to attack that lonely Cypher. But it's much easier said than done, so they're gonna have to be on their tiptoes about it. A single first blood lost against them has a cascading effect where they just end up losing a lot of pressure. You know, you can see that exactly happen. SK Rossi, he gets 1 kill. The trade coming out from White Horse though, but this costs GodLike more than it costs GE, because it's GodLike who'll have to push in aggressively to the side. Lamb's control maintain its skills with 1, and now White Horse Blunt just delayed more and more. GE with full control of the side.
3v2 situation as Hayvan takes down Skills. GodLike Esports, they want to claim territory here on the A side. Spike has been planted, time is ticking. Global Esports. There's going to be Lightning Fast and Kappa. Kappa falls, and Lightning Fast is the last man standing. Deathmaker to end it all off with a beautiful 3K. First point secured for GodLike Esports. And I did like the way that they entered the site. The post-plant position was clean. They watched every single angle. They just got to keep that up.
Yeah, that buy round was so important because winning that makes sure that that snowball of eco does not happen in GE's favor. Instead, GE, they got the bonus round though. The last round, they were mostly holding the Spectres. So this will be their true buy round where they're able to pick up all Phantoms and Vandals. And we'll see if they're able to make use of it. Because just as how the last round was GodLike's test, this is GE's test. With that double Sentinel comp, if you lose 2 buy rounds back to back, you will end up being in a position where the attackers get that eco advantage and then able to snowball it to even achieve an even scoreline at the end of first half would be a huge win for GodLike Esports. Now once again, a similar approach. Try to take that Showers control as much as possible and to push in onto A side. But this is being countered by the heavy flank coming in from Lightning Fast. But already GodLike, they've switched it up. The Seekers coming out as they commit to this A side push. The Seekers giving a ton of information for them, clearing out lamps as well as CT, giving them full control of site to get this easy plant off.
Spike planted.
5v3 situation, GodLike Esports. They've managed to plant that spike. Now Lightning Fast, he's gonna look for a different angle to come from behind. But it does look like Global Esports might sit this round out. I think they're actually gonna go for the save. And that is just ensure that the economy is doing well. If we do pull up the scoreboard real quick, we can see that credits are a little bit low there on the side of Global Esports. So making this executive decision to save might just be a good choice for Global Esports. And GodLike being able to keep all members alive. The spike is about to blow, and I wonder if Sky can actually get away in time. And that's Havan. He does make it out. The whole team right into defender side spawn, and this is going to bring the scoreline even Stevens. Now, I do feel that Pine might be a little bit closer as compared to map number 1 on Haven. You know, it was a huge dominating performance from the side of GE. They did have a 5-round lead for most of the time, but right here, off to this start, GodL, they seem to be keeping up. So, you know, if they want to stay in the running here of this best of 3, GodL, they've got to take this map.
Now, one thing I'm really not liking about GE's setup before this round was the way they were easily giving up shots. You see, they've already rectified that using the turret as well as a multi-man stack with the alarm bot grenade setup to prevent the lamps push to hold down to the showers. The Paranoia ready in Skill's hand. This is basically as soon as the turret gets a peek, in goes the Paranoia and GE to contest, and the setup works out brilliantly for them to get first blood. But now you can see Deathmaker, he'll find the return kill. But the spike is dropped in Shaz. GE, they have one task now just to hold on to it as long as possible. And they're going to try to do exactly that. The rotation's already coming out from GE. The repositioning of the trapwire by Lightning Fast to cover the CT angle, meaning all of GE heavily committing to this hold down at Showers. GodLike, they have a very, very difficult task, especially with the Sky dead. There is no flash for them to entry. So now relying heavily on that boom bot to get some information as well as the mollies coming out. Deathmaker, he finds the first kill. Now the smoke is about to go down, so still he's waiting in the shadow. He's gonna find one, but not able to find another. It's Kappa with the trade and Deathmaker able to secure it. Lightning Fast, last man standing. The hat comes off and he gets all the info he needs. Should be able to close out this time.
Lightning Fast, what a clutch there, using that neural theft just to secure this round. I would say perfect time. SK Rossi, he's very happy about what happened. Kappa there letting out a little bit of a smile. Lightning Fast played that beautifully. Let's have a quick look at the instant replay skills. He had to run on forward. We saw the molly come out from the brimstone. We saw this paint shells. He does pick up a kill onto Shivy, but Skargot takes it. Lightning Fast, very nicely done. 1v2 situation, in fact.
This is a nice spot.
What a round. Now, that did save Global Esports a lot, because the round prior to that, they did go for that save, and they needed this for their economy. Now, GodLike Esports, they got the full buys as well. 3 members on the side of GE with light armors. So this could definitely be in anyone's favor. If not GodLike, they seem to have the firepower. They seem to be a little more beefy. Deathmaker here on A short. Just for that right time. Havan, but a little there. by that molly thrown in from his teammate.
The plant will come through for Stargop, but the lockdown is ready. This was GE's plan all along to stack up their B side, knowing that their Killjoy has the lockdown ready. So they should try and use the lockdown. As you see, it comes in to try and prevent it. But I don't think what they accounted for was the counter lockdown already ready for GodLike Esports. Lockdown ready on both sides, meaning it's going to be up to SK Rossi to create space, trying to do exactly that. The showstopper clearing out the lamps area. Now Hevan is able to pick up one kill just before he's detained. He will get taken down, but that kill was so huge because it bought so much time for DM and Grace to reposition themselves. Now Deathmaker and Shivi in opposite angles of the map. It's going to be up to Skills to hold down the Showers angle. The Molly coming through as well. The diffuser is going through, but Shivi takes down the diffuser. Skills picks it up in the right moment. But Deathmaker, with the ping of where the spike was, will take him down and secure the round. These rounds are such a roller coaster. These teams are so close to each other in terms of skill.
It's crazy because these rounds, it's like barely anyone is alive or maybe one is alive. It's just so close. And I think that speaks volumes. You know, you did pull in the point about how firepower, mechanics, everything. These players individually, they are gifted. They are great at what they do. But when it comes to this invitational play with the team, it comes down to the communication and the teamwork. So right here, it's going to be a test. Bind is a very tricky map. Requires a lot of coordination. No mid area to play with. You just have two entrances into a site. You got to get creative. Go for those rotations. SK Rossi going down. Skills, finding death, make a Shivy with the return kill there. 3v4 situation. Havan letting out the bird, and Havan's going to find Hellranger, takes him out. And now two members left alive, and that's going to be Kappa and Lightning Fast.
Last player standing.
The eco round for Global Esports not going so great. They've only managed to get one kill so far, and Lightning Fast, the last member remaining, all he's gonna get is a frenzy to his name. So for him, it's all about securing some sort of kill in this round to try and find a silver lining here, because right now GodLike, they're in the driver's seat in this matchup. They're so comfortable with how they're approaching it, continuously baiting out GE in multiple points, forcing the utility out, and then going in for the duels, winning those duels to allow them to get into the site. That's where the crux of the issue lies for Global Esports. Like, they're not able to secure advantageous sight lines like they should be able to, given the fact that they have the double sentinels. And now, having gone down around to GodLike Esports in the lead with such key ultimates ready. If you notice, the Orbital Strike as well as the Seekers ready, meaning GodLike Esports in prime position to balloon their lead even further. GE starting to put themselves in a really sticky situation. It's going to get really difficult to pull yourselves back if you lose another buy round.
Indeed. Now moving on into the next round. Here we go, Havan. He does have the ultimate ready. Just gonna let out that guiding light. Hellranger, meanwhile, just pulling it back from Hookah onto the B site. You can see the double sentinels. They are locking down the B site with the trap wires, the turrets. It is absolute mayhem here. Now in comes Shivy with the showstopper. He's gonna find Hellranger. Perfect time. Shivy, beautifully done. Pulls out the Vandal, gets the headshot onto Lightning Fast. Now Global Esports is gonna respawn. GodLike, they have taken over the B side. We can see Deathmaker going through elbow. This is gonna be Starguard watching the back from E Long. Takes out Skills. Deathmaker finds that Kappa's the last man standing. Deathmaker, very nicely done. Takes out Kappa, and that's gonna be a 2-round lead for GodLike Esports.
Global Esports just, I'm really starting to wonder if they are not familiar with the idea of this composition a lot, because I get the idea of stacking up the Sentinels, but there is really no reason for Hellranger to be in the same cubby as his turret. Ideally, when you're playing a Killjoy, you want to separate your turret from yourselves to allow for that extra peek that your turret gives you before you reveal yourselves. But when you and the turret are in the same position, it just sort of nullifies the entire idea of that extra peek that the turret gives you, removes an advantage from you, and allows the attackers to play much more freely on where they attack you. Now, Global Esports, having lost another buy round, will be forced onto the eco. And for GE, like at this point, they really need to start playing proactively. So they're trying to do exactly that. Hellranger with the push, but Advanced Spidey Sense is tingling. Knows exactly where they are. Takes one down. Shivy with the hookah control. GodLike Esports, they're after vengeance, looking to take down GE on this map.
Spike planted.
Now Kappa letting out those abilities.
Last
SK
player
Rossi finds
standing.
one, but that's going to be a quick cleanup from the side of GodLike Esports. They have found their momentum on that side of attack. Now they're just bringing it through Global Esports. They look like they're crumbling here. But GodLike, we knew that they had it in them. It was just a case of how were they going to pull it off. And it seems like this composition and maybe this map, you know, is just kind of more to their taste and how they're doing things. I do like Havan on the sky, a very supportive role, but we have to take note that Deathmaker has 13 kills. And the top fragger for the side of GE is going to be skilled for 7. So that is a world of difference. Deathmaker making himself known as that duelist. Shivy there, second fragger on that raise. Not doing too bad.
I mean, at this point, GodLike Esports, they're in firm control, and so much so that GE, they're forced to try and reconsider how they want to look at this. They put Kappa onto that operator, trying to help him hold down Lightning Fast on that B side, while they stack through this A side with very defensive lineups, but that doesn't work out for them whatsoever, because Shivy, with the aggressive satchels, he takes Slam's control. But now you can see Hellranger and SK Rossi from Heaven and the Cubby. They find a kill each, and Kappa on the rotate is able to take one down. The round for GE to come back is here, and Hellranger with the triple will be the one to lead it forward. Now 6-6 is not great as a double Sentinels, but as long as you're at the even spot, maybe you can try and pull off a comeback in the second half. GE, they need every single round going forward, the last 2 of it, to try and make sure not give GodLike that lead, because then GodLike going on defense, they just get uber comfortable.
Kappa there with the operator. It's not very often that you see Kappa with the op, but you know, it does seem like he did manage to pick up a kill onto Havan. Comes out of the smoke very aggressively, gets taken down. But hey, the op was retrieved and Kappa will take that back. So now he is watching from the B site to member station on A. GodLike Esports, a little bit of a slower approach. Don't want everything to go down like how we did in the previous round. But Global Esports, they are no strangers to the game. They were our champions in the Invitational 1. So they know exactly what they're doing. GodLike now, however, is making them work hard.
Healing over here.
Havan just gonna whip out that ultimate. And now with the bird just gonna look for that opportunity, that guiding light. And it seems like GodLike Esports have a different plan in mind with this huge rotate through attacker side spawn. They might be gunning for the B side instead.
Now, a very nice tripwire set off for the side of Global Esports here. Lightning Fast, he has the camera for long, relying on Kappa to hold down hookah. Camera revealing one person to him, he instantly takes them down, gets the info for his team, but does not turn around, not expecting the backup to be there from Scargard. Is traded out, and now Deathmaker with another. It's a 2-for-2 on the map, but GodLike get the advantage of it because they maintain side control. Now another trade goes out, but Deathmaker is able to get the plant through, but his gun peeking through his own smoke will give the knowledge to skills of a wet peek. And Hellranger in the TP takes the last one down to secure the round entirely for Global Esports. Winning this round, very important, and doing so the way they did even more, because as you said, they are our defending champions, right? And a key reason they were the defending champions was their ability to stay calm under pressure, to just take the losses, absorb them, and come out looking better for it. And that's, it really seems like what they're doing right now, because they are understanding the shortcomings of the previous rounds where they were failing and looking to rectify that as they play very patiently in these rounds, allow GodLike to make the first move and then pounce on their mistakes.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. The ability to analyze the situation, identify how your opponent plays, and kind of just adapt to that is very much important. Now, moving on into the next round, this is going to be Shivy here, utilizing that boom bar. Now he's going to dash out the nade, coming in with the satchel and the showstopper. He's looking for a kill, and he picks up skills. One man down on the side of Global Esports. Here is the attack onto the east side. Oh god, he has the spike. SK Rossi with the nade. He's gonna get a return onto Shivy. And down comes the orbital strike. SK Rossi dodges it. The showstopper picks up that kill, and Hayvan takes down SK Rossi. Deathmaker looking for a kill of his own, just checking all spots, firing through the wall. White Horse gets tagged by that trap wire. Kappa now with the Hunter's Fury. He's looking for his target. Takes out Hayvan. GodLike Esports down to only 2 members. Make that one as White Horse falls. Deathmaker's the last man standing. Throws out the shock dart. That's going to be Kappa as he runs away. The spike has not been planted. Lightning fast, just keeping guard along with Hellranger. Deathmaker finds one. Is that going to be 2? He finds 2. 34 HP. He's going to retrieve the spike. He's going to go for the plant. Kappa is really far away, but he could take the teleporter. Now Deathmaker.
30 seconds left.
Not sure exactly where Kappa is. Going for that spike.
Spike
Kappa.
planted.
He does have the AWP. Realizes that the spike has been planted. Now this is going to be juicy. Deathmaker, if he does clutch this, it's going to be a 1v3. Successful clutch. Kappa swapping out that AWP for the Phantom.
Revealing area.
Not quite. If he changes his choice, takes a Vandal, and Kappa with the clutch. Once again, Kappa clutching it out for the boys. You can rely on this man. Kappa filled with confidence. He is going to take it to an even scoreline. We're going to end off this first half. 6-6. Global Esports and GodLike Esports.
Switching
What
sides.
a round.
I mean, a really nice round picked up by Kappa, but at the back end of it all, really set up well by GE as a whole. SK Rossi holding on to the side so damn well. The initial grenade towards a hook angle to pick up the first kill, then the ultimate to pick up another, getting him his grenade back, allowing him to play aggressively with that grenade. Even though he gets taken down, it causes so much damage, and more importantly, delays the push for GodLike for so long that the rotation coming through on time for GE is their own ultimates. The GE lockdown from Hellranger, the Hunter's Fury from Kappa, getting them the advantage. Now, in that situation, 1v3 with Deathmaker, the last man standing, normally you'd just be like, okay, the round's done and dusted. This is the end of GodLike Esports. For DM, he brings it so close with his pristine aim that you remember him for exactly who he is. Just the instant headshots. Kappa though, ever so calm and composed. You did say he's looking so damn good today, utilizing that form to make sure that the even scoreline comes through for GE. Now GE in their pistol, a very aggressive push. It's lightning fast with the first blood, taking a side control with another kill in their favor. They've got the plant down.
Taking out Kappa. 3 defenders left. GodLike Esports. They're trying to hold it down. Hayvan picking up that double kill is just massive. And now just letting out that wolf. Hellranger. He's gonna be standing right there with SK Rossi. But they're gonna be charged. One goes down. 1 for 1 trade. Last man standing is gonna be Hellranger, and he falls to Hayvan. Beautiful round. Hayvan picking up 3K. That was a massive help. GodLike Esports now with the 1 round lead, they can look to push it into the next. But this is exactly what GodLike needs. They can't afford to lose map 2. But GE, once they sink their claws into you, it could be over. So it's only a matter of time. Let's see how the outcome of this is going to be. But here on the instant replay, very nicely done by Hayvan. Picking up the kills, using his utility just to get information for his teammates. Great bit of gameplay there.
Yeah, that Trailblazer getting so much information, but also causing so much havoc into the lineup of Global Esports, allowing Shivy to just pick up a satchel kill along the way too. Global Esports were caught a bit off guard, and this is where the situation gets a little complicated, right? Because for GodLike Esports, they're very comfortable with that Sky, giving up the site and playing for the retake, but at the same time, Global Esports should be comfortable playing on the post plant, so it becomes a matter of execution. Now the buys raining through for GodLike Esports. They were able to pick up a couple kills, but Kappa with a really nice accuracy on that long-range frenzy deal, able to equalize it. 3-3 on the map so far, and despite the eco for Global Esports, they're doing really well. They picked up the kills in their favor, and with B side completely open, they can get the plant down.
Cover going out.
GE making it happen, retrieving the investments made by GodLike Esports now with good firepower. This is going to be skills. Watching defender side spawn, the spike has been planted. White Horse just deploying one of his bots. Scarguard waiting for the right time.
Blinded.
Ooh, hookah. Skills with the paranoia. White Horse is going to catch him off guard. It's a 2v2 situation. White Horse just tapping onto that spike. Scarguard there with the defense, and White Horse Beautiful bit of work. Does get the defuse through. GodLike managing to save that round. A lot of members going down. So, you know, I do think that this is a little bit of a silver lining there for GE being able to find all those kills. But hey, GodLike is still going to secure that point.
The better weapons do come through at the end of the day. Whitehorse and Scargod pairing up to just execute a successful retake. Skills a bit too aggressive there. I think if he'd not got caught out in that tube angle, if he'd able to just buy a little bit more time for his team, he would have allowed for the elbow flank to come through from Hellranger and then for them to execute a much more easier setup. But the fact that it's the eco, the fact that Hellranger doesn't have any nanoswarm grenades available to him to set up near the spike, just ends up playing against GodLike Esports, Global Esports at the end, allowing GodLike to pick up the match. But as you said, the silver lining is there. They dropped 3 weapons and now are forced to invest. You saw Hevan with the judge despite having to buy, meaning the weapons advantage this time and the side of Global Esports. They're gonna have to make sure they find that first blood and get that kill, because otherwise it's gonna look like very difficult. But a really nice hook-up paranoia to allow SK Rossi to push in, but the backup is there. Hevan, Deathmaker picks up that kill and a 1-for-1 trade, and the site not pushed in just yet, meaning so far GodLike they're comfortable where they are.
Impeccable kill.
Hellranger picking up that kill to Shivy. GodLike Esports now with the man down. This is GE trying to pick up where they left off. Spike is on Kappa. Could see some fancy rotations coming in. Deathmaker, the lone protector of B site. He is going to spot one out, but Kappa takes him out. And this is a window of opportunity for Global Esports to find the first point, at least here in the second half. Kappa going to secure the plant. Hellranger waiting sneakily for Scargod. Got to check your corners and be a little bit more careful there.
Shadows
And the last man standing, that is Whitehorse. Takes out Kappa. That's one. But it's a 1v3 situation. Taps onto the spike, and he's not gonna quite get that kill. Hellranger ending off the round with 3 kills. Nicely done. 7-8. That's Global Esports trying to claw their way back up.
Yeah, Global Esports utilize their weapons advantage really well, playing very slow and using the pressure created by Lightning Fast in that A side. He solo made sure that he caused enough presence in that A showers angle to force both the Killjoy as well as that Brimstone to just stay on that A side. Both Whitehorse and Scargod unable to rotate, meaning Deathmaker the sole person to hold down B, allowing for a much easier push from Global Esports into the side to help them take it down. Now, Global, they're going to change it up once again. Go for a much more spread out approach, this time leaving the Killjoy to establish the presence in a lurky role towards that B side, while the Cypher helps them push towards the side. So far, they've juggled the responsibilities of their Sentinels really well, and doing so, they're able to pick up 1 kill. But Whitehorse with just a classic finds the lineup, finds a double kill to trade it out, and despite Kappa taking him down, the scoreline so far even 3-3 on the map. Now the spike was dropped in that showers angle, so Kappa is gonna have a very difficult task against him to win this duel against Shivy to try and retrieve it. But the grenades coming out, the utility from that race, just preventing Kappa from moving in. So he's gonna wait for that backup. SK Rossi coming in now. He's gonna find the duel. He's gonna end up getting taken down. But Kappa finds the trade with the Hunter's Fury. But the Seekers going through, GodLike, they're in a very comfortable position.
Scanning ahead.
2v2 situation. Kappa acted up by his trusty buddy there, Hellranger. That's waiting for the right time. That's one. Will he find the second? Deathmaker makes it a thrifty round for his team, taking out the last 2 members. Beautifully done. And that is the 2-round lead that GodL is hoping to maintain over GE. Very close, but I do understand that, you know, for different teams, they excel better on different maps, and I do know that Bind is a little bit tricky for Global Esports, but hey, you know, to try to make it work, they are giving a very close fight, and they still have a lot of potential to definitely look to close it out here in map 2, but the fight in GodLike Esports is very much present and strong. I love the lineup. I like the fact that we're seeing Sky on Hevan. You can see by the number of assists that he has attained that he is definitely putting the work there. But Deathmaker just picking up all those kills, Whitehorse as well, and Shivy on that race was a pleasant surprise as well. Now we look at GE Hellrangers at the top right now, and it seems like they're just trying to pick up the pieces. This round that we're going into is more of like a half buy. Skills there. He is gonna buy that Phantom. It is gonna be 2 Sheriffs. Not a lot of armor to work with for Hellranger and Lightning Fast, but let's see how this one pans out, because it could potentially be double digits for GodLike.
Yeah, at this point, like that thrifty round is really gonna hurt Global Esports because they just get completely caught off guard by Whitehorse's position. Losing 2 kills to a classic player will mean that all of their eco just goes into shambles, right? I noticed now on the scorecard that they're actually going for the force buys. The Stinger, the light shields, Global Esports heavily committing to being able to pull off this round. So they have to be on point, because if they lose this round, not only does their eco completely abandon them, but it also means that the double digits comp in GodLike Esports, who are able to continuously utilize their advantage. Looking back through this entire map, right? I remember every single impactful ultimate that ended up working in their favor was a lot to do with that Sky utility. The info coming out makes sure that GodLike Esports able to fight on a slightly better edge, and Global Esports not able to match that, even though it's really close. That small edge can just result in a perhaps like a 13-11 or 13-10 score line, meaning the map won for them.
All right, it seems like it has been unpaused. Tactical timeout is done, and we're gonna get straight back into the action. But hey, look, GE, they are gonna force some buys there. So let's see, you know, if it's anything, Global Esports, they're known to force buys, and it does work out in their favor more often than not. So, you know, I'm going to look forward to see if GE will be able to do this. Deathmaker, a little bit of a risky play there. Going to get a bit of damage off. Dash away to safety. Hayvan going to help him out there. The Wolf immediately gets taken out. Hellranger might be the first to charge forward. The Boom Buddy coming in from Shivy. Deathmaker looking for his target. Hayvan just blinding the members of Global Esports there. They've got to retreat. Not going to force the issue. Whitehorse here, meanwhile, on the A site, might come into contact with SK Rossi and Kappa, but ScarGod's going to deploy the Sky Smokes, and now the lockdown has been placed by the side of Global Esports. That's going to be Hellranger. A little bit of an odd spot, but hey, you know, try to create a bit of a distraction. Now ScarGod takes out Rossi Whitehorse with the double, and that's a mowdown. Whitehorse with a 3K. Hellranger's going to take out ScarGod and Whitehorse, holding it down on the A side. Very beautifully done there. What a great bit of defense. Whitehorse. You know, there was a time where Whitehorse was really shining, you know, on that side, but he kind of rose to popularity because of his performance as a Sentinel. Sometimes at really crucial parts of the game, he just whips out his rifle and he just mows attackers down. And it's great to see Whitehorse kind of pick up here on Bind. Beautiful 4K. Very beautifully done here.
Yeah, that Killjoy is a nightmare on defense, where Global Esports end up trying to force her out, trying to push her side, but utilizing his utility very well. Whitehorse makes sure that even though they end up pushing into the side, they pay for it with their lives. Now Global, they're testing their limits once again though in their eco round, trying to go back into this Killjoy's hands, but they're gonna end up paying for it. Now ScarGod taken down to 1 HP, but got the time to pull out his orbital strike. Did place it a little too forward. I would have liked to see it more deeper to allow for more damage, but did mean that they got off his back and were able to take a bit of damage, but were able to escape with their lives as well. Now, you can see GodLike Esports, they spread themselves out in the map itself. They held on B long angle, and now with the hookah approach coming back, it does mean that they have B side to themselves as well as A. So for all of the utility used by Global, really no control gained, meaning they need this first pick if they are to push into a site.
A much slower approach here from the side of Global Esports. Skills first onto the side, looking for a kill. Shivy takes out Kappa from across site in the shower. Skills coming right around the corner. He's gonna find 1 kill, catching everyone by surprise, taking out the turret, going for the reload, and he's gonna find Whitehorse. Skills with a 3K. What kind of opportunity is that? He just found it for GE. Skills sneaking in from the shadows. Very much like that Omen he is on right now. Wow, Hayvan, last man standing. Opponents are not too healthy. If communication is right, Hayvan should know this and play to his advantage. That's going to be skills he's taken out. 1v2 now. Checking all corners. No idea where to expect the opponents. I think he's going to spot a Hell Ranger. That's going to be one last man standing. That's SK Rossi tapping onto the spike, and SK Rossi goes down. Hayvan with a beautiful 3K. He knew exactly how SK Rossi was going to play that game. DM Kings, please. He is happy talking about it. Hayvan on this sky. What a good bit of gameplay. Wow, that was very nicely done. Hayvan. I mean, SK Rossi, he had the Frenzy, I do believe. And Hayvan just took him out. He knew exactly that SK Rossi was going to come from behind.
Oh my god, Hayvan pulling off a 1v3. After skills pulled out his heroics to get GE in that favorable position in the first place, I do wonder if SK Rossi could have, instead of peeking, chosen to spam through the boxes because his position was actually unknown to Hayvan. Hayvan was not sure exactly where SK Rossi was, with a really sneaky angle around those boxes. Did end up peaking, and that costed his life because it really did feel like Hayvan, just the game sense on point, knew exactly when to step back and go for that back check, sensing that there's someone behind him, ended up taking him down. Now you can see for Deathmaker, that op coming through, meaning the economy for GodLike really starting to boom with this 4-round lead as well, meaning that GE in a very difficult spot. But that's Sky's flash, that's the biggest disadvantage of it. Ends up flashing DM too, but the second one will not miss his mark. Instead, DM finds the first kill, steps back, and Hayvan holding down his back will find 2 more. The first flash went a little wrong, but the second flash more than made up for it. The spike carrier down now. GodLike in.
One enemy remaining.
Deathmaker and Hayvan. All you need is the both of them just working together in unison. Very nicely done. Hayvan must be looking across right at the DM King there. Oh, Deathmaker. And that's going to be match point for GodLike Esports as they look for this comeback here in map number 2. What a spicy match indeed. Looks like the tables have turned. Global Esports, they kind of dropping the ball here on the side of attack. I do believe, that double sentinel lineup, they're struggling to kind of make that work for themselves. They don't really have vision impairment skills. They have the tools to find out information, but it's not exactly working out in his favor. SK Rossi gonna pick up Stargard. Hayvan here just dropping that wolf. Spots out one. Kappa now with the drone. And GodLike Esports, one man down. They're gonna keep 2 defenders on each side.
Again, the guiding light for Hayvan as it's him and Deathmaker holding down this belong area. The Seekers coming out as well with the information gained by the guiding light. But despite the Seekers, it's Kills who wins the duel, picks up the kill. But Shivi holding down the halls, puts the grenade down into hookah, picks up 1 kill with his rifle and another one with his grenade to make sure that he's able to hobble out of there in time and keep the advantage, keep it even for GodLike Esports. Now, White House with a really interesting ultimate down in that Towers area, forcing the push into the site, inviting them to walk into the hands of Deathmaker. That op will not miss. DM picks up 1, pulls out the Blade Storm to get 2 more for his triple and the map win for GodLike Esports. We're going to Icebox.
Oh, GodLike Esports, they managed to come back in map number 2 and stay in the running of this best of 3. DM King is happy. Everybody looks a bit relieved. But hey, the battle is still not over. And as you mentioned, CA, we're going to go into Icebox. Very nicely done. Just have a quick look at the instant replay on how that last round ended. We do see the lockdown being deployed. Deathmaker there, finding the kill with the AWP, whipping out the Blade Storm, and he finds the last 2 kills. Beautifully done. Deathmaker now at the top of the board with 24 kills. So previously in map 1, it was SK Rossi stealing all the thunder, but hey, Deathmaker's got to make his mark. It's just something that he does. Whitehorse was beautiful in this match, and there's just so much to talk about. What a great second map, and it's spicy because both these teams, they saw each other in the finals of the first invitational. God L being placed second and Global Esports being placed first. So, seeing each other, I quote, aggressive, it's a revenge story. And we love ourselves some vengeance. Now let's head on over into the LG Ultra Gear match highlights and talk a little bit more about what went down in map number 2 on Bind between God L and GE. So I'm gonna start off with GE. And Global Esports is a team that has maintained this roster for quite a while now. Yes, there has been shifts, there has been roster changes, but GE is a team that sticks to a roster that they have. So, skills, SK Rossi, Hellranger, Kappa, Lightning Fast, you see their synergy. But Bind happens to be a map where they are not too consistent at. And hey, you can't expect teams to be good at every single map. So, GE here, they did put up a good fight. Taking 7 rounds, they did what they could, at least on the side of defense. I do think that, that double sentinel, pick up Hellranger on that Killjoy. Might not be too comfortable with it. You can tweak it. We can look at mistakes. But at the end of the day, GodLike Esports was just way more consistent. And their ability to utilize that Sky on Hayvan was absolutely amazing. And Whitehorse just, who would have thought? He came back. He showed everyone why we like him, why we love Whitehorse. And Shivy on Raze was a pleasant surprise as well. Who would have knew? Shivy, someone that was always on that Sova, actually has a little bit of duelist in him. And you cannot forget Deathmaker just pulling off the heroics, 24 kills. That is just crazy. The only one in the team with over 300 on his average combat score. What is your afterthoughts, CA?
It's as you said, GE, despite how good they've been over multiple maps, they were the first ones to pick up Icebox as well. Bind, it's sort of been the kryptonite of this specific roster, and they tried to pull out the double central composition, do something new, and find a way around one of their weaknesses to really just understand what the underlying issue is with them in Bind. I think at the end of the day, it did come down to the relevance of that Sky, right? We're seeing this Sky come out in a lot of teams. Enigma Gaming have picked it up, Team Mahi played, and this guy is really coming out in power, especially on Bind, with their ability to control multiple areas of the map while getting information and also providing flashes. So I think for GE, they're one of the few teams that are comfortable with that solo duelist lineup. So I want to see them actually try that Sova Sky on Bind at some time. Maybe they can utilize that, really enable SK Rossi and find the answer to their Bind troubles. But for now, revenge is the dish best served cold, and we're going to the coldest map in this.
All right, we're going to head into Icebox for map number 3. But first, we're going to take a little bit of a break, give the players a little bit of a breather. And for you guys, the viewers, just to kind of recollect yourself, remember to stay hydrated, get some food, don't be hungry at all. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. You don't want to miss out on any of the action here in the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. Now, a few messages for you guys. If you want to play like the pros with 144 Hz 1MS gaming monitors from LG Ultragear, you can check the link in the description. And you can also upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Remember, all links are in the description. That is the best spot to go to. So without further ado, we're going to go for a short break. Remember to stick around for map number 3 between GodLike Esports and Global Esports. Stay tuned.
definitely worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. We're back with map number 3, and it's going to be CA and myself. We're going to cast this map 3 for you. Remember, this is the best of 3 between GodLike Esports and Global Esports. Now, map number 1 was taken by GE, and map number 2 was secured by GodL. So now that we have Haven and Bind out of the way, we are gonna go into Icebox for map 3. Now, see, I know you're already smiling. Tell us why this is gonna be an explosive match.
I mean, it really does feel like everything has just come around perfectly into this series because, as we were talking about, right? This matchup itself is a perfect revenge matchup, and GE specifically, they're known as the one of the first teams in our region to really adapt to this new map in Icebox. When teams were just continuously banning it in the months of December and January, GE were coming into it head first. They were like, you know what? If everyone is scared of it, we're gonna make it our ace in the hole, and they were able to do it really, really well. But now it's been a couple of months. The teams are starting to adapt. The Cypher meta long gone. The Sky being picked up. Teams are starting to learn to pick up the Icebox. So if Godlike do want to enact revenge on GE, Icebox is the perfect map to do so.
Indeed, when I look at Icebox, I feel like it's a crazier version of Split. It has like a similar setup. You have the mid area, you have the 2 sites. There's a lot of corners and a lot of bends. But the thing about Icebox is that there's a lot more heights to play with. You can jump onto boxes, onto crates, onto containers. There's just a lot more heights. So, you have to be sure that your aim is on point. You know where to anticipate your opponents, looking at you, peeking at you, and whatnot. So here we're going to have Godlike with their game faces on. They are ready to cause some trouble. Coming back in map number 2, they want to stay in this fight. It was a different story in the Invitational where Global Esports took the win over them in the finals. But right now, this is Godlike's chance to kind of change that story, or for Global Esports to hold that down. Now we see GE over here. Everyone's ready as well. Hellranger just letting a little bit of a laugh, get everyone's spirits up. We're going to head straight into the action. Round 1. And we're going to have GodLike Esports starting out on the side of defense, Global Esports on the side of attack.
Instantly looking at the compositions, you notice that GodLike Esports, they have their double duelist, meaning no stage for them, which means that they have to commit one trapper, as you can see, to that kitchen control, forcing this Cypher as a much less defensive utility on the site itself, which is why they're stacking onto this B site, relying on the retake onto A with the delay from that Cypher to hold it down. Now GE themselves, though, they are pushing in aggressively onto the B. The paranoia as well as the dash, meaning SK Rossi finds first blood as well as the second. But Hevan, he's able to trade it out, meaning a lot of noise created down at B, a heavy presence initiated, allowing the Sage and Killjoy to take control of A. But now the Spike is trying to rotate, but you can see already White Horse, he's sitting here in mid, holding it down. He's gonna find the angle, but not be able to pick up the kill. Tags Kappa down real low, but Hellranger with the backup is able to take him out with another kill. GE, they're in the driving seat. Gonna make their way
30
back.
seconds left.
Less than 30 seconds to work where Lightning Fast is going to find Chevy, catch him off guard. And not exactly a spike plant for the side of GE, but hey, that's the first round secured. Godlike, not a great start for them, but for Global Esports, it is perfect. They can look to push this over into the second round. Now, when we look at Icebox, we had a discussion earlier. Is Icebox a defense favored map or is it attack favored? And the conclusion was kind of like, you know, we've seen a lot of teams, especially GE in particular, make attack look like it's so easy. They set the pace, they know how to rotate, they know how to catch their opponents off guard and utilize their abilities to the best advantage. Icebox being the newest map, if you are able to kind of get onto this map and practice as much as you can, you have the edge over opponents. And that was exactly what Global Esports had over many of these teams. So it's up to them to kind of show us that, hey, they're going to continue staying on top. They had the head start, and they're not going to let go of that so easily, at least here in this scene. Now, with Global Esports pushing up onto the A site, that's going to be a lightning fast. Now, Whitehorse just firing a few shots. He's got to pull it back in Raptors. Spike has been planted. Time and is now against the side of defense. Kappa's going to find the first kill onto Deathmaker. It's looking bright for the attackers, at least in their post-plant positions. We see a wraparound from the side of defense. They're looking for kills from behind. But Global Esports, they're watching their backs. They're not going to allow themselves to get stabbed. Skills, Kappa, they find a kill. Shibby takes down one before he goes as well. Lightning fast picks up Havan, and the last man standing is Whitehorse. Not exactly best round for GodLike considering their firepower, but GE, they're gonna take this one very nicely with 3 members still left alive.
Yeah, GodLike Esports, for them, that now was the eco though, so I think they will be comfortable going into this next. But GE, they look doubly as strong because despite most of them going for a buy, I do believe, yeah, SK Rossi did end up going for the save. So he's gonna get that operator online really early into this matchup, and that operator is going to be so strong on Icebox on both sides. That operator can make a huge difference to get your team that first pick and allow them to play much more creatively on the attack. And you can see SK Rossi, he's making his way onto this mid angle, trying to push in. Actually, scratch that. The operator was sold, so he is going for a normal buy. And now looking to take mid control here. They're pushing into that kitchen angle, trying to punish GodLike for not having the stage, but DM is snuck in through the shadows. They don't check their backs, and DM gonna take them down, drop the spike carrier in the kitchen, allow his team to come to him and try to hold it down.
Beautifully played by Deathmaker. Shivy is gonna come in to just ease the pressure off his team. This one round will mean the world now with the firepower skills. He's just gonna walk right across site, put up that barrier. And here comes his buddy there, that Killjoy, lightning fast, just meeting up with him. Now the spike has been dropped. Whitehorse is going to take a lightning fast. His skills is the last man standing. Just going to secure that one orb, which is going to be really useful in the long run. That resurrection kind of acts as a skill where you're allowed to have 6 players in one round instead of 5, being able to revive a teammate. That is just brilliant skills here. Gonna spot out one. Now running into the back, he's gonna spot out Deathmaker. Gets hit from behind. Skills goes down. Deathmaker with 3 kills to wrap that up. Beautiful bounce back from the side of GodLike Esports.
Yeah, GodLike making quick work of their buy round, doing so really well. Especially Deathmaker sneaking through the shadows. If he'd not done that move, GodLike GE would have been able to take kitchen control, and kitchen control is one of the most devastating aspects of this map, especially on attack. If you're able to get it for yourself, you get access not only to B side, but also the hut area in the back of the site, which gives you a peek over both A entry as well as B snowman. So this makes sure that that's why the stage really is so important, because of the ability to close it down. The fact that Deathmaker denied that kitchen control in a round where the trap fire wasn't set up, meaning GE's plans completely foiled and GodLike with the lead. But now GE, they've got the bias for themselves. They're trying to push in, and they've got the first blood, taken down Deathmaker himself. And with that pressure created towards the mid-side area, establishing a presence in B, now trying to make that move on to this A side. Havan, he's trying to hold it down, lurking in the shadows, but so far he's only revealed his position. Gonna end up revealing himself as the smoke goes down, and with him getting taken down by GE, the A side completely open for them to take.
3v5 situation. GodLike Esports dropping the ball here. Whitehorse right up there on Raptors, looking for a kill. They're trying to hold it down. 45 seconds. The spike is attempting to planted. Now Scargod, he's gonna come in from behind. The paranoia does hit him. He's gonna move back just a little bit and with that reload. Hellranger right around the corner. He's gotta be quick. He finds one, and the last man standing is Chevy Kappa with a beautiful double to end everything off. This is Global Esports with 3 rounds standing strong. And you cannot underestimate GE on the side of attack here in Icebox. They find ways to definitely play a lot of mind games. They usually spread out in the earlier stages of each round, followed by very calculated rotations. They come in, they use their abilities in unison. We saw the Sage Wall go up, we saw the Dark Covers buy them some time, and usually pushing out this strategy, their Q is when they do get 1 or 2 pickoffs. So, you know, that's kind of like the basic strategy of how Global Esports plays attack here on Icebox, and it's up to GodLike to kind of stop them in their tracks.
Now, Dapmaker, he's picked up the operator for himself and got like really heavily investing into this round. DM, he's on the operator but without any shields, meaning a glass cannon by here is going to leave himself very exposed if he misses any single shot. Now GE, they're trying to abuse the fact that there is no Sage to wall down this kitchen entry. Taking tube control, moving their way onto kitchen. It's SK Rossi finding the first kill. This just one kill attracts so much attention to them, as you can notice on the minimap, forcing White Horse to look towards that mid area instead of hold down the A side as he's supposed to, allowing Lightning Fast and Skills to make their way in. The instant Lightning Fast gets a kill, GE, it's like they're just spreading GodLike Esports completely thin, stretching them across every corner and taking advantage of the gaps in their armor.
SK Rossi, 3K to end it all off. 4 rounds strong, and these rounds are actually happening pretty fast. Now GodL, they've got to watch the angles just a little bit closer, anticipate a little bit more, but you know, they can hold down angles, but because of how Icebox is, there's just so many heights, so many places to look at, and that's what makes it really hard. So that is going to be a test of communication, anticipation, and synergy. 3 ultimates ready for GodL, 2 ready for Global Esports. And right now at the top of the board is going to be SK Rossi with an operator on the attacking side. He knows how to utilize that very nicely. This is going to be Scargod here, looking for an opportunity, pushing out, just a little bit aggressive. Kappa might just show himself. Here comes the recon bolt, and Scargod just keeping safe from being detected. A little smart here, coming through green, trying to look for a kill, and the wraparound, lightning fast, does take down White Horse, and that is a cue for GE to go for the push, but Deathmaker is going to come out, picks up Kappa, SK Rossi. He's gonna avenge his buddy's skills. Finds Havan. SK Rossi looking for another kill. Lightning Fast is gonna find Chevy, and the last man standing is Scargod. He's gonna come out on top. Takes out SK Rossi. Spike has been planted, and now we can see Skills just backtracking. Pardon me, it is Hellranger just backtracking there. And there it is. He's gonna pick up Scargod. Hopefully able to retrieve that operator for Rossi. But hey, 5 points, Global Esports. They're putting their foot down here on the side of attack.
Global Esports very much in control. You can see that their strategy very sound, right? They leave, once they have the operator, they use the drone to control that cherry angle, the green entry with that Sova. They then use that Killjoy turret towards the belt area to control the long sightline. Then pushing forward with that Sage and Killjoy on A, continuously repositioning the utility. The alarm bot goes down to check the corners, making sure that they're very sound with their approach. This time they're gonna change it up. The Killjoy turret used to block away an aggressive approach, expecting GodLike to try and counter them, but none of that sort is happening. GodLike, they're playing very defensively with the sole exception of Deathmaker, who keeps trying to take mid control on his lonesome and is getting heavily punished for it so far. If the exception of that one round where he found the double kill, again and again, Global Esports are punishing Deathmaker for pushing into the mid. They're using his pick to then translate the pressure into the side control, doing so exactly here. Having used this ultimate towards his A side, this is all a fake because they're actually going to make their way onto the B, try and push it. The Hunter's Fury will deny the ultimate for that kill for SK Rossi. B side on the push for GE.
Two members left. Hayvan, very quick kill there onto Lightning Fast.
Last
Looks like
player
Hayvan will be the
standing.
quicker one that time.
Spike
But last
planted.
man standing as Rossi takes out Shivy. That operator is a great investment for the side of GE. The amount of kills that Rossi's able to pick up is just absolutely nuts. Yeah, Hayvan.
Shadows traveling.
He's gonna dash out the dark cover, but he's gotta be careful. We do see Hellranger sneaking in from behind. Hayvan, he's gonna be caught any time now. The anticipation is killing me, but Hellranger actually snoops by, and he's going in a completely different direction. Now Hayvan can opt for the save, and I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. Stay in tube, kitchen. Might just be a little safe here. And just walking, not to give off any cues. But that's gonna be the 6th round for Global Esports. We are more than halfway through the first half. And if GodL wants to take this best of 3, they gotta show up now. They've gotta be present. They gotta make their mark and show us why they deserve to win this best of 3 here and maintain themselves in the upper bracket.
Yeah, it just brings us back to the conversation about the nature of this map, whether it's more attacker favored or defense favored. And I do think that it's more attacker favored primarily because there's so many entry points to control that if you don't have the right tools, it becomes extremely difficult on defense. And that's exactly what the problem is for GodLike. The fact that they have to control multiple B entry points as well as mid as well as A entry points just makes it really easy for Global to push through. So for GodLike, it's just about trying to get to that 4 or 5 round mark and then trying to find the push on the defensive side. Now, Global, they're playing very smart on this though, switching up continuously their strategy now with an aggressive 5 stack towards B. They've cleared out the 3 stack from GodLike Esports with a default wall coming
Spike
down for
planted.
skills. The plant as well. Global in a comfortable post-plant
remaining.
position. They just need to watch out for their flank and they're going to do exactly that.
Indeed, Global Esports knowing that Icebox is an attack favored map. You just told us a great explanation on why that is the case. GE looking to secure as many rounds as possible. Skills to just clean up everything. Whitehorse picking up 1 before he goes down. Global Esports, if they can rake up as many rounds as possible, they will have an easier time, at least in the second half, and I think that's exactly what GE is going to do. Does GodL have the tools to stop them? Yes. Is it difficult? Yes. But GodL also will have a chance when they move over into the second half. But magic number 4 is what we talk about. You gotta pick up some rounds at least on the defensive side so you don't fall a little bit too behind. When you're hanging by a thread, one mistake and it's game over for you. So SK Rossi notices that shock dart, pops away, dodges the second one as well. And this is Global Esports. It looks like he's gunning for the B side. Deathmaker's gonna pick up Lightning fast. Kills, pops the ultimate so quick. Deathmaker, he's gotta be quick. Watches his buddy goes down. SK Rossi, he is looking for the kill, but Hellranger's there to back him up. 2v4, make that a 2v3 as Hayvan takes out Hellranger. Whitehorse is gonna find Rossi. 2v2 now. Global Esports, they don't look too healthy. This might just be the time for GodLike Esports to respond appropriately. Now Lightning Fast and Kappa, they're making the rotation. The spike is on their Killjoy. They want to go for the A side plant. And meanwhile, Whitehorse and Hayvan, they're just waiting for that audio cue to react appropriately. And this is the best way to play. Now, Whitehorse just sneaking in from behind. They have split up. And to be able to catch the opponents in a crossfire would be good. But it does seem that Hayvan is going to make that decision to follow behind very closely Whitehorse. Kappa, not too healthy. Whitehorse, he's going to spot 1. He sprays away, and that's going to be 2 kills for Whitehorse. Totaling of 3K this round. Beautifully done. Man of defense, he's got to hold that down. And this round will go over to the side of GodLike Esports. The second point attained.
Yeah, he's even buying enough time for Hayvan to go pick up the operator, I believe, from the site itself. And Hayvan able to do that will mean that the operator will come through for Deathmaker once again. That was an exhilarating start to the round, much different from how most of the rounds we've seen before, where the teams were more spread out. The teams stacking onto that green area set us up for a lot of trades coming forth, getting a to see the first Sage ultimate come out. SK Rossi with the aggressive Blade Storm was able to get a significant advantage for Global Esports. But then they go for the right rotation. They get the right plant, but they approach the post plant in the wrong manner. You don't really need to go for the CT control in a post plant where you know that the flank likely to be coming in. Rather, you should be going for the screens and raptor control. And that's what they started off with the alarm board going down. Instead, with that greedy peek towards that CT area, they end up putting themselves, sorry, the T area, they end up putting themselves in a position where they line up, get taken down by Whitehorse, and a round picked up for GodLike. Now Global, once again, a heavy stack towards his A side. The Killjoy lockdown coming through to help them secure it as a whole will mean that GodLike, they have to just give over the site to them, and they're going to do exactly that, look to play for the retake. Global, they were a little slow to push forward into the site, and it might end up hurting them in the long run. But the fact that GodLike now, Global now end up going for the plant, it will mean GodLike ready to go for the retake. Whitehorse, he spots out skills just the edge of his thigh, but not able to take him down. Instead, it's SK Rossi and Lightning Fast covering his back to find the kill. The Empress pop for Scargord, one kill and a reset to come through.
Down to a 2v4, Chevy with that Bulldog. He's gonna find skills. Make that a 2v3. A couple members not exactly very healthy on the side of Global Esports. Chevy pushing through the dark cover, and Hellranger's right next to him. He's gonna take him out. Rossi with the operator. He's gonna step in and find Havon. 8 rounds, 6-round lead over God L. Global Esports. You cannot miss this. That is what you call dominance right here. Making their time worthwhile on the side of attack. Nicely how they moved in, got the spike planted, and being able to defend it. Their post-plant positions on the side of Global Esports is really good. You can see that many of them are on different heights. Some up above, some below, so it's really hard when you're trying to go for that peak, because if you're looking at one, you're going to be shot by another.
Now GodLike onto the eco as they try to get the full buy through on the final round of this half. They are going for the eco rush. You see Shivy moving through tubes, Scargord moving through mid, as well as DM moving into A side mid control and A control gain for GodLike, meaning that the obvious location for Global, especially with the trapper is revealing them, becomes this B. Now, you can see on the flank that turret is set up, and if DM moves a little further, it will reveal his location. But Global, they're very patient in their approach. They've taken green control, and they're just holding it down, inviting GodLike to just peek one time into their crosshairs and trying to punish them for the same. But with the smokes coming down for Heaven, the yellow control being denied, it is Scargord. The solo man with Phantom moving in will not be able to land his shots, though. Global, they get the plant at this spike.
Chivy has the Bucky. That's going to be a quick cleanup from the side of Global Esports. 9 points. They are inching themselves so close to match point here. We're going to head into the last round before the swap spirits are high on the side of Global Esports. You can tell there's a lot of momentum around, and for GodLike, not so much. But hey, we're going to go into the last round before the swap, and GE can look to end it off with double digits of God L, you know, just to save them a little bit of time. If they can secure this third point, it would make a massive difference in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just having that little bit of cushion would definitely help them to try and somehow pull off a comeback. And you can see they're trying to do exactly that. Scargord able to find the first kill, but the resurrection ready for skills, meaning instantly denied. As you mentioned earlier, that resurrection is like a sixth man, and despite Scargord finding first blood, it ends up being Global Esports with the advantage. Hellranger takes down one. Now denying that aggressive push from DM, meaning that Global Esports very welcome to try and find their way into the site, and SK Rossi doing exactly that. This yellow control is so devastating when you have an operator on the attack, because it means you can cover the entire site, and on a skilled operator player like SK Rossi, when you know that the flicks are true, it just becomes impossible for GodLike to contest. Global though, they're gonna make sure the plan is foolproof, committing their ultimates, going on to A, looking for the double juice.
Avon gets taken out point blank range with SK Rossi and that op. The first half ends off 10-2, heavily in favor of Global Esports. Now the sides will swap, and we will see GodLike on the side of attack, Global Esports on the side of defense. And this is where we can truly see what GodLike is made up of. They have the power to definitely set the pace, show us that they are just as capable of showing us a good performance on the attacking side.
Yeah, definitely. Godlike, they need to start doing it from the pistol round, that too. And this is where you're gonna see the real power of the Sage really come through on the map of Icebox, right? Like the key difference between the Sage and the Cypher here in the way they control the kitchen is that you can put up the wall and just know for a fact that, hey, nothing's gonna happen. But G, actually, they're looking to play very aggressive. SK Rossi with the peak lines enough for him. He'll find the triple, and with the tube push coming through, it's Kappa with another kill. Shivy, last man standing, is like, what the hell happened to my team? They all just went down like bowling pins in a lane. Shivy he's gonna try to get some damage done, but he's in a 1v4 situation. So for him, it's all about trying to find a kill or two.
SK Rossi, what is that? Shivy, last man standing with the classic in hand. He's gonna spot out one, drop down to 24 HP, throws out a recon bolt, gets destroyed almost immediately. And that is going to be skills wrapping that up. 11 points for Global Esports. GodLike momentum shift is heavily in favor of GE. I think GodLike, you know, at this point, it does look a little bit rough because looking at round 2, the fact that GE just won this one, they could push it over and that's going to be match point. And how much time would GodL be able to buy for themselves? They would have to work around it. But, you know, GE being one of the only teams that was so well versed with Icebox, it really pays off. Because when you're prepared early, you can just spend all the time that is to come to just work and perfect your craft. And I do like the fact that they have incorporated that Sage on Skills. He is playing it beautifully, and Skills is that type of player who can adapt. He has always been the one to adapt. He used to be a duelist. We used to see him on the Phoenix, on the Raze. Now he's on the Sage. Sometimes he's on the Omen. Skills all around, a great player. Now back into the action. A whole lot of guns firing. Shivy's going to be the first one to find a kill onto Lightning Fast.
Force by for GodLike, they're going for the aggressive run, but the spam coming through for Global. They know exactly where the default position is for GodLike to be, and this is the experience factor on this map for Global coming in. The Vandal for Hellranger, he'll find another, leaving it in a 1v2 as Deathmaker finds a trade. But with just the Ghost, wait, I was gonna say with just the Ghost, this is almost impossible, but Deathmaker pulls one kill back already. Just 1v1 against Kappa. The Ghost versus the Spectre does not work out though. It is Kappa able to secure match point for Global Esports. And doing so, they're able to make sure that the eco is still in a very bad situation for GodLike Esports. Global in driver's seat to close off this series in a dominating fashion.
Indeed, 19 kills for SK Rossi. And Kappa there did manage to pick up that last kill. Very nicely done. And on the side of GodL, Whitehorse at the top with 8, followed by Deathmaker with 7. It is a struggle, but hey, you know, we always make the point that not all maps are gonna be a good cup of tea for the team, you know? So some of these maps, some teams perform, and we saw GodL with a brilliant performance on Bind, and we can see here that Icebox, knowing GE's history with it, there definitely is a little bit of a struggle there. But now with match point, Global Esports, GodLike with 2. I'm not going to say it's impossible for a 10 consecutive round win streak. You know, I always want to leave possibility there. But that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right off the bat. Lightning Fast coming in, taking out Shivy. Doesn't look too bright for GodLike Esports. Kappa just waiting very patiently here in the mid area of the map. Meanwhile, in green, ScarGod, he's looking for that opportunity. And holding that site down is going to be Lightning Fast on that Killjoy. But he's pulling it back, waiting for reinforcement. He needs his buddies. Whitehorse taking a step forward, looking for that plant. But we do see the Nano Swarm popped by the side of Lightning Fast. Perfect time. Havan with the Sheriff just firing away. GodL, they are going to push for this plant here on the B site. Lightning Fast does find one. 2 members left. ScarGod retrieving the spike. inching in very slowly. Lightning Fast might just get his head taken off. There's not enough time to work with. Hey, Vaughn with a beautiful
10
headshot onto
seconds
skills.
left.
Gargod, he's looking for the plant. Hey, Vaughn firing away at the
player
turret.
standing.
Hey, Vaughn's gonna take out Kappa.
Planet.
Lightning Fast with a return kills. Gargod secures the plant. 1v2 situation. Bulldog enhanced. Gargod's gonna find SK Rossi. And he takes in his soul. Gargod! Where was this? Gargod with the 3K, but hey, there's still a lot of work to do. Brilliant display of skill. That is what Gargod is made out of. Wow, what a round. The way Vaughn and Gargod played, that was beautifully done. Put the scoreline aside, just down to skill, that was very nicely done. The synergy was perfect.
Yeah, Heaven and Skargard doing really well to be able to pull off that round. Skargard especially, I really like the fact that he was gonna go for the default plant. He almost stuck it for a second, but immediately realized that given the fact that he knows the position of both of the players of GE, ends up going around, finding another kill, and then going for the plant in that area where he's able to use the tube to almost jiggle and make sure that he has the advantage he speaks. Even though he's in a 1v2, the fact that he's the one taking the peak allows him to pick up the first kill, get the soul, and take down Lightning Fast as well. Now, GodLike with the guns in their favor, the eco round for GE, they're pushing forward aggressively, a heavy stack into the B side. They've taken
Spike
control,
planted.
gotten the spike planted. It's going to be up to SK Rossi with a blaze on to pull it off. He misses his shots though, and it will be GodLike closing it off. Once again, we're back to those quick rounds we were seeing a lot of in the first half.
Indeed, GodLike Esports, this is a test of mental strength. Despite the scoreline, they're still going to press forward, winning 2 rounds back-to-back consecutively. I think that speaks volumes about GodL as a team. So experienced, they know how to carry themselves, and if there still is a chance, they're going to go straight for it. 4 is to 12. Now we're going to move it to the next one. Quick look at the scoreboard. A bunch of rifles all across. So it's just going to rely on your aim here and the opportunities that you find at the right time. We hear the Hunter's Fury. It's going to get popped. And I do believe that is from Shivy. Skargod's going to pick up Hellranger. GE might be losing a little bit of momentum, but they still could bring this back. GodL, they're looking for the B-side plant. Lightning Fast with a heavy push. He takes down one. Deathmaker with a return kill skills. He's going to fall to Hevan. Shivy. Rossi finds a double kill. It's a 2v1. Kappa's the last man standing, and he finds 1 kill. It's down to the 1v1 between both Sovas, Kappa and Shivy. This is going to be massive. Kappa could end it right here, right now, as Shivy could buy a little bit more time for his team. He's going to speak volumes, and Shivy finds the killing blow onto Kappa. It's not your time, it's my time to shine. Shivy picking up the 5th point for his team.
Shivy, he misses that first shot in the 1v1, and I thought that was over because with that information, Kappa could have used his recon bolt to just guarantee that knowledge of Shivy's location and then go for the peak, but Kappa actually, in the more pressure of the moment, just ends up going for a dry swing, paying the price for it. Shivy ready for that, takes him down, and 3 back-to-back rounds picked up for GodLike, buying them a moment to breathe, because now they forced Global Esports onto an eco, and you can see Global Esports with their eco, they're looking to rush in, find the picks and the guns in their favor. But GodLike already, they've found their way forward. It's Deathmaker holding down the mid. He's gonna find the first kill, looking for more. You see skills, he has his resurrect ready, but given the fact that this is an eco, he's likely not going to end up using it. This is all about trying to just cause some damage, and Global Esports not able to do that so far because GodLike in command, taking control of A side, they're going to get planted.
Ooh, White Horse finding the kill right at the last bullet. Hellranger's gonna take this out. 4v2 situation. Deathmaker. The bullet right through skills, and Hevan to wrap everything up. Imagine from 2 points against a team with match point, they've managed to win 4 rounds consecutively. GodL, they are not ready to give up. And momentum is so important. You can see that it is shifting in favor of GodL. They just got to keep it up. No room for mistakes whatsoever. And if GodL does bring this to overtime, this would be one of the most insane comebacks we have ever seen in the entirety of the Valorant scene. I do believe personally, if looking through Challenges series, looking through the Invitational, this would be absolutely nuts. And hey, you know, anything for a good time, I'd like it to happen. Now, moving on into the next round. Previous one was an eco. SK Rossi, he has that op in hand again.
SK Rossi braving the recon, sitting in that spot, but the jumpy coming out from Shivy, meaning SK Rossi misses the shot. Another shot missed on Scargod, and SK Rossi, he's just taking all the damage from Shivy into his face to maintain his position. It pays off at the end of the day. He finds the first blood, but Deckmaker with his own aggressive push on the other side of the map. It's the Jets taking down the Sovas to guarantee the information down on either side. But at the end of the day, GE able to maintain their position. Hellranger doing exactly that in an off angle, takes down that maker to secure the advantage for GE. As you said, this would be one of, the most insane comeback ever if GodLike able to pull it off. For GE, they show us exactly why they're remaining calm, they're refusing to give in to the pressure, and so far it has worked out perfectly for them. A man advantage for them, looking to just hold it on. It's SK Rossi with the snowman
30 seconds
operator here, and that's where GodLike are walking in. SK Rossi, this might just be a disaster for GodLike.
GodLike Esports, now is not the time to fall. SK Rossi with the operator, you cannot escape him. Hey, Von there, gonna find a kill of his own. Last man standing is Hey Von, 1v3 situation. He needs to plant the spike. He's gonna be sandwiched and cornered. He fires away, but lightning fast is gonna end it all. Global Esports, they're gonna win this best of 3 and maintain their position in the upper bracket. What a great best of 3. And I must say, as compared to the invitational where we did the first invitational where we did see both these teams go up against each other, this was a lot closer. So, you know, God L, they are definitely picking up the pace. They're trying to get accustomed to one another, especially with the latest edition. But Global Esports is great to see that they still have it in them. They're still clean, great dominance, dropped the ball a little bit there in the second half. But what matters is the ability to kind of recollect yourself and the team and work towards that goal. Global Esports, what a great performance. And CA, I think that this best of 3 was a lot more exciting than what I expected it to be. I knew it was going to be great because it was a revenge story, but we're going to have to go through all the small key points about each individual player and what they brought to this best of 3. So let's head on over into the LG Ultragear match highlights and talk more about what went down in all 3 maps that we were blessed to see. So I'm going to start off with God L. Deathmaker as consistent as usual. White Horse actually did put in a lot of work holding it down on the side of defense. I think he really kind of shined through multiple takedowns, being able to kind of stop a very aggressive attack. Now Scargod, he does have his moments coming in and out. We did see a beautiful 1v2 situation from Scargod. Shivy, he had his moments as well in map 1 and 2. And as for Hayvan, I think that he is doing really well as an IGL for the team, considering that God L still is performing even better than they did before. So, you know, the addition of Hayvan, I am looking forward to their future matches. They're not exactly out of the game yet here in Invitational. And as for GE, I like the fact that they stuck with this roster. I like the changes that they did, the experimentation. It shows that GE is thinking. I do remember when GE was, you know, in the circuit, in the earlier parts of the Valorant scene, GE was very used to sticking to what they knew. But now they're experimenting, especially the fact that they have skills. Hellranger's willing to work on different ages, being the IGL, and SK Rossi now, their dedicated jet player of GE. So it's a perfect addition. With 24 kills, 2 maps, having picked up more than 20 kills, SK Rossi definitely is very consistent and one of the pillars of strength for GE. What are your afterthoughts here, CA?
I mean, I absolutely agree. I think the way GE play, it's very similar to what we're seeing in a lot of Southeast Asian teams in the Valorant scene. Like the idea of focusing down on one particular duelist, enabling him as much as possible while playing around his prowess on the operator. They usually do this only when that duelist is very good with the operator. And as you can see, SK Rossi, exactly that. The maps that they did end up winning GE, they were on the basis of SK Rossi continuously using the operator to find a lot of first blood, enabling his team to just gain pockets of control because of that. Now, I will say for GE, I really want to see them. I feel like they have a bit of a mental block when it comes to buying. where they are in a position where they end up playing with themselves. And I feel like GE as a team, they're best when they are more free, when they're approaching the map on their own accord. So I want to see how they will correct that in the future, because as you said, they are getting more comfortable with each other. Now for Godlike, I really like the idea that Godlike, as you said, they looked really good in Invitational 1 2, but in Invitational 2, they looked much more focused. They have a plan that they're working towards, and because of that plan, it's bound to happen that once or twice mistakes happen. They are learning and refining their strategies bit by bit, but the fact that they have a plan means that they will get better piece by piece and eventually contest against the very best, which sets the stage for us in Invitational 2 to have a banger of the top three. I mean, I'm seeing teams like Team Mahi, like Enigma Gaming really come out fighting. So the entire top 5 spectrum of our tournament right now is jam-packed with extremely skilled players.
Indeed, and to end off on that note, congratulations once again to Global Esports for taking the win. This is not the last time that you will see GodL as well. So remember to like and subscribe. Remember to click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. You don't want to miss out on the action, like how CA just mentioned. Now remember, if you want to play like the pros with 144 Hz 1ms gaming monitors from LG Ultragear, you can also upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Check out the links in the description. They are worth it. Remember, treat yourself because you deserve it and you're worth it. So without further ado, this brings us to the end of our second half here. You're watching the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. And we're going to end it off. My name is Apollonia. I was your host and caster, and joining me on the panel was CA, caster and analyst, and you caught a glimpse of Aggressive as well, who is a caster and analyst. So without further ado, we hope to see you guys in the next few days. We have a little bit of a break, so subscribing, clicking the bell icon is going to be really important so you can get all the notifications when we are back. So remember, keep it cute. Have a good day, have a good night, and we'll see you guys very soon. Happy gaming.